Yo, it's your boy Marita boy. I'm back up in this thing, man. Listen. I hope y'all had a great day today. Any day you can wake up healthy. It's a great day above ground. Any day you can wake up, God bless you. Wake up today. It's a good day. Thank God for what He have blessed you with. Man, I missed the last 2 days because I've been really doing some research on this big Meech situation. And man, let me tell you something. This thing getting real confusing. It's getting real confusing. But I think I came up with a good take on this whole Big Meats versus 50 Cent situation, snitching allegations that Tammy Cohen, the whole situation. I think I got a good take on it. So y'all just lay around for that. Also, man, we got Atlanta rapper Lil Baby done got herself in something that grandma washing powder can't get off of, man. It's being reported that Lil Baby is the target of the Atlanta PD because they feel like he's responsible for the death of two minors. Man, it's a tragic situation. 7 people have been already arrested. It's alleged that Lil Baby is involved in a gang war. Lil Baby and Lil Baby's crew is involved in a gang war in Atlanta, and the Atlanta police have indicated that he is their number one target, and they will be pursuing charges against Lil Baby as soon as they can find something in that big ass book they got that make them stick. So we're gonna talk about that. Also, we're gonna talk about Lil Durk being sued. I talked about this a while back on my channel, and I felt like the lawsuit might end up being the death of drill rap because I felt like we discussed this here. We had a little light debate on this. Shout out to my brother Audio Crack 22. He weighed in his opinion on this as well. And we had a little small debate on the channel as to, whether we felt like the lawsuits would impact the labels signing these high risk rappers. I took the stance where I felt like um, the lawsuit would maybe deter the rap labels, the music labels from signing these violent drill rappers. Um, and I'm seeing that's becoming more and more of a thing to where the rappers are being sued when they get into legal issues, especially when some people die on the other side, and in these beefs that they be having going on with different entities. So we're gonna talk about that as well, and we're gonna talk about Ralo, man. I don't like talking about Ralo. I really don't. I told y'all I like what Ralo do for his community. Excuse me, drink a little apple juice. But I gotta call a spade, man. And bro, if y'all ain't noticed, Ralo has been on a promo tour. He's been on almost all the popular platforms: DJ Academic, Angela Yee, Big Facts. He been making his he been making his rounds. It's a promo tour. I think Rollo also has a nice hot single that he just dropped with Chicago rapper Tay Savage. I actually like the song. I actually think Rollo getting better at his craft, and that's rapping. But we also got one of Rollo ex Fam Goon members, Dookie Wild. And if y'all don't remember, Rollo and Dookie Wild went at it back and forth for a while, where Dookie Wild calling Rollo a snitch and Rollo calling Dookie Wild a snitch. And it was even some allegations that Dookie Wild came out and said that Rollo tried to hit on him. I saw that Dookie Wild walked those comments back at one point, but now Dookie Wild, while Rollo was on his promo tour, he's also on a tour of his own, and he's um, allegedly saying that Rollo been telling that Rollo got caught with some stuff before he went to jail with the private plane with the weed on the private plane. He's saying that Rollo had got in some trouble before, and it seemed like the situation just vanished. He said he's alleging that Rollo got caught with a brick. And if you from the streets, you know what a brick is. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to use good terminology here to where you know I don't get shadow banned another here on YouTube. And on Dookie Wild talking about that. And I gave my opinion on Rollo and his promo tour maybe two lives ago. And I ain't gonna lie to you, it seems like it's getting worse and worse and worse and worse. But before we get into that, I want y'all to please hit that like button. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. When you subscribe to the channel, make sure you press all. Fair use is an act. Everything that I say is cover under fair use. It's entertainment purposes only. Um, everything I say here is alleged, and I will be putting the fair use in my description box. So thank you. All right. But before we get into the main topics, I'm gonna hit y'all with a few uh smaller topics that I saw when I was scouring these YouTube screens. And I enjoyed them. And we're gonna start this one off. We're gonna start this one off with some love, y'all. We're gonna start this one off with some love. As we all know, Papoose and Carissa and rapper Papoose, New York rapper Papoose and Carissa Shields have been in a relationship for some time now. You know, Papoose, used to be in a relationship with Remy Ma. Now it's look like that's his estranged wife. I don't think the divorce has went through yet, but at the same time, they look like they both have moved on. If you can remember not, Remy Ma, it came out that Remy Ma was having an affair with one of her employees, a rapper called what's the dude name? I forgot his name. I forgot his name, but he looked like a Ralo, Papoose clone. You know what I'm saying? But it came out that um, Remy was cheating with this guy, and it was a bad look, man. Because let me tell you something, man. We looked at Papoose and Remy Ma as the example for black love. It's kind of Jay-Z and Beyonce on the upper level, but the Papoose and Remy Ma relationship really made us feel like it was possible, in today's times, with social media and with a lot of everybody being so quick to give up on their relationships. And we look, and especially in the black community, because we have bad statistics when it comes to um, married families. A lot of us grow up in single family homes for whatever reason or not, and we have the worst marriage rates of any demographic, right? So when we saw Remy Ma, we saw Papoose. It was like a ray of hope. You know what I mean? Because normally it's the guy going to jail and the woman riding for him or not riding for him. But when we saw Remy Ma go to jail for a extensive period of time, I want to say like 8 years, and we saw Papoose hold her down, continue to be her husband, go to visit her. Every other word out of his mouth was Remy, Remy, Remy. He never had an allegation of cheating the whole time when she was in jail, and even when she got out. You know what I'm saying? So when we saw that relationship, excuse me, y'all. Shout out to Malcolm Barnett. What's it, Barrett? Shout out to Malcolm Barrett. When we uh when we saw the relationship go sour, it was like, damn. But I'm gonna say this here. That's kind of how it happens though. You know what I'm saying? What they say, one person's trash is another person's treasure. Now, I'm happy to report that it looked like Papoose and Carissa Shields is in a happy monogamous relationship. If y'all don't know who Carissa Shields is, she's the best female boxer on planet Earth right now. Multiple time Golden Glove winner, champion in her weight class, Flint, Michigan native. I just think Carissa Shields has a beautiful personality. I think she's a beautiful person. I think she's a beautiful young lady. And to see Papoose um, look to have found love after that situation where he went through with Remy Ma, as far as being probably embarrassed and probably being hurt and probably being angry with her cheating on him so publicly like that. I just want to say I'm happy to see it look like he found love. And I'm gonna tell you that's what be happening to y'all. That's what happens a lot. Hit that like button on the way in, y'all. We got 10 people there. I want to see 10 likes. Thank you. But that's what be happening, y'all. When somebody have somebody that's good and they don't appreciate them, you gotta understand that other people be watching your relationship from afar or from right up close. Sometimes it be your friends that end up with your ex. But when you take someone for granted that a lot of people see as a good person or some person of value, it actually makes them more attractive. You feel what I'm saying? And I just knew that if Papoose just kept it cool, just handled the situation maturely, I knew that some woman would come along and love him the way that he loved them. You see what I'm saying? Because evidently, whatever happened between him and Remy, Remy didn't love him the way that he loved her because we know she stepped outside of their marriage. You know what I mean? This is not, kiss my ass. This is not a secret here. What happened? Um, so I'm just happy to see that Papoose found love. You know what I'm saying? I just want to post that picture. They on vacation right here. I saw if you watch the video, Carissa Shields has on a nice bathing suit with a net gown over it, body banging, black queen. You know what I'm saying? And she's singing a love song to Papoose in this video right here. So listen, hey, Remy, it ain't no need to be sour, baby. You chose to throw him away. You know what I'm saying? And somebody else decided to come along and love him. That go for men and women. I see it on both sides. I see sometimes men dog out good women, and I see that somebody come along and love them. But on whatever accord it happens, sometimes people ain't meant for each other. Sometimes it's children, and people be thinking about I'm gonna be with this person forever. But as we know, a lot of times it don't end up like that. And I've come to realize that you know it's special when two people decide to spend a moment in time together because time is the most precious thing that we have because we don't know how much we got, we don't know how much we was given. So if somebody likes you enough or cares for you enough or loves you in the moment enough to spend a moment in time with you, you just got to be thankful for that. Live in the moments, enjoy the moments. When it go bad, just remember the good times and move on, especially if you got kids. All right, let me go to the next one. The next one I want to go to, this topic here been on me for a little minute. I want to talk about this since we got two presidents now. We got Donald Trump and we got Elon Musk, the most richest man in the world. Look like he done co-opted the presidency, and we got two presidents now. We got President Trump and we got President Musk, and we all know what Elon Musk been doing as far as like trying to cut the government down, cutting a lot of the what he calls unnecessary spending, a lot of taxpayers' money going to places that we didn't want it to go to or that we didn't know it to go know it go to. Shout out to my girl Nay said it that we didn't know it went to or whatever. And whatever your political affiliation with is or whatever, we just saying what look like what they're telling us is going on the surface. Now, it's got people that saying that, Elon is, trying to Elon and Trump is trying to make this government turn from a democracy into a dictatorship. Um, that's up to your opinion, and we'll see how it goes. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't want to talk about that. What I wanted to talk about was Elon Musk's father, right? This Vlad interview came out a while ago. Let's see, 3 weeks ago. I watched every bit of it because I had already knew the scoop on Elon Musk's father, and it says right here, Elon Musk, which is Elon's father, on getting his stepdaughter pregnant after raising her from 4 years old. Now, I want to say this as well. Elon Musk's brother was married to a woman that he met through Jeffrey Epstein. It was said that the wife that he had was not, put it this way, she was set up with him. And what's alleged is, how we heard that Epstein had a lot of freaky shit going on over there on that island to where celebrities and rich people and politicians and presidents and princes and all of these high profile people over the world will go and do illicit shit with underage people or women that or kids or young people or women that Epstein had trafficked, right? It's also alleged that Epstein had older women under his regime that he would set up with rich people all over the world. It's alleged that Donald Trump's wife, Melania, used to work for Jeffrey Epstein. This is all alleged here, but it's alleged that Donald Trump was introduced to Melania through Jeffrey Epstein as well. But I just want to say this. Let's go back to Elon Musk. I'm not saying that this got anything that this means that Elon Musk is with this same activity either. But I'm just showing y'all where Elon come from. He's South African. His father made his money at first in an emerald mine. This was back when they had apartheid going on in Africa. And if you know what that was pretty much systematic racism, where the Caucasian people in Africa was treating the black people in Africa like second class citizens. Um, Errol Musk was a part of that culture. I'm not saying he's a racist. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that he owned a diamond mine in South Africa when apartheid was going on. So you can make your own determination from that. But he's, I just want to shed some light on the type of person that Elon Musk's father is. This man raised his stepdaughter. He was married to her mother for years, had children from her and all. He raised this girl from age 4 years old. And then when she became a grown woman, he then started sleeping with her, had 2 children from her, and married her. This is insane. This is insane. I don't know well, yeah, I do know where he's from. He's from South Africa. But where I'm from, that's fucking nasty. That's unacceptable. It's no way that should ever go down. You raise this young girl from 4 years old. That's you're supposed to look at her like your daughter. It's no way you're supposed to ever, even in your mind, think of her in the way that he eventually ended up thinking about her. And it's definitely no way that you're supposed to ever sleep with your stepdaughter. But this is Elon Musk's father. I'm not saying this guy. I'm not saying Elon Musk with this because I don't have no evidence of that. I'm just highlighting where Elon Musk come from and the type of person that raised Elon Musk. This is insane. To raise your stepdaughter from 4 years old and then to turn around and marry her and then to have 2 children by her. Mm, 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 mm. Shout out to the chick 1,000. Mm, mm, mm. I'm gonna just say that. I'm gonna move on. I just want to highlight that. This is a Vlad TV interview. Y'all, if you want, y'all can go check it out. It's on Vlad TV. This shit crazy as hell. Nasty. That's nasty work right there, y'all. Now that's nasty work. Yeah, he hated that. I heard that. I heard that actually this got a lot to do with how Elon treated his daddy too. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you another thing too. When you watch this interview, Elon Musk's daddy is definitely, in my opinion, he definitely a creep. I'm telling you, because if you listen to this interview and you listen to how he was trying to justify this shit and how he was trying to skate through this question, I'm gonna say this too. I think a big part of the reason why he was even interviewed was to ask him this question. To be real with you, because I had already knew if you've been following the channel. Now I had already reported that I heard that about Elon Musk. That I had been doing a little digging, a little research, and I found out this juicy rumor about Elon Musk's father. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah. So Elon Musk daddy is a creep. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, it's alleged that he didn't do nothing uh to uh this girl while she was underage. But I will say this: I think I heard what one of Errol Spencer's daughters, I mean Errol Musk's daughters, accused him of some inappropriate behavior. Now everything I say here is alleged. Everything falls under fair use. Um, don't take everything I say right here in this situation as fact. I'm just telling you what I heard. But I did do a little research, and if I can remember now, I think I read where, or either he talked about it on his interview. I think he talked about it in his Black interview in one of those segments where he said that his daughter came out and said some shocking things about him, and I think that he had to address them with Elon, his child's mother, and his family, and he denies them emphatically. But I'm just telling you the type of person he is. And I also heard, and I also seen a dude that follow Elon around as far as like a documentary type deal. A guy that wanted to do a documentary on Elon, and he was saying that Elon do have a problem with his father because of this. But they say his father is like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. They say his father could be like a very charming person, very nice, this and that there, but he does have a dark side. And maybe when the lights go off, the nighttime go off, that nighttime come, and the moon get full, that little monster inside come out. That's what it seemed to me. And if you look into his eyes, they look like deep, dark, black pits. And watching this interview, I do not feel like he doesn't feel he did anything wrong. He don't have no sense of remorse about his actions. And I just want to highlight that, share that with my people here on this channel so that we can pay attention to see to these people in the future and see if anything shake out of these limbs. Shout out to my girl Tanel Barnes. Hit that like button on the way in. So those are my two little, what's the name that I wanted to cover. All right. Oh man. The first one we're gonna get into a little baby. Man, I've been watching this little baby situation unfold for the past 2 days. I wanted to wait till some more information come out before I talked about it here on this channel. Um, I went 2 days, but I don't think any more information gonna come out unless it's gonna be an arrest. So I wanted to make sure I did cover this before it get too far in the next step in this situation happen, which could be a arrest coming for a little baby. But I'm gonna read the article from Fox News Atlanta, and we're gonna see what they say. Arrest warrant confirms Atlanta rapper Lil Baby connection to boys' murders. Oh man. A gang-related dispute between two criminal organizations culminated in a fatal July 2nd, 2024, leaving two young teenagers dead and a third wounded outside an apartment complex in southwest Atlanta, police say. The attack was part of an escalated feud between the Four Pockets Full 4PF gang and the Only My Family OMF gang. All right, so it says original story. Oakland shooting, two 13-year-olds killed, 11-year-old injured, 10K reward. Atlanta Police Chief Darian, whatever, I'm going to just say Darian, held a press conference on Wednesday to announce the arrest of 7 gang members they believe were responsible for the boys' death. So what they're saying is Lil Baby did a video shoot, and then in a rival gang's neighborhood, and when the rival gangs went to retaliate for the disrespect for Lil Baby shooting the video in their neighborhood, this is when the two young men were killed. And I want to believe it was an accident, but who knows? They're not saying that. But in all accord, two 13-year-olds lost their life. My condolences go out to their family. During the same press conference, APD homicide commander Ralph Woolfolk connected the murders to the cowardly acts of an Atlanta-based rapper who decided to shoot a music video in a place he knew he should not have been. Woolfolk said that his team would work relentlessly, excuse me, y'all, to hold the rapper and affiliates responsible for their actions. What we know, and at approximately 12:34 a.m., and I wanted to know this too because I seen on the news press conference, that the police said that the 13-year-old boy was only 13 for like 27 minutes, and that made me think, well, damn, was the video at nighttime? Because all the pictures that I saw of the video shoot was in the daytime, but maybe that's when the police and the news people when the news people got on scene. So just like Julio's untimely death, a lot of the news coverage that we saw was in the morning time, in the daytime, but we know that the actual shooting happened at nighttime before a day in the morning. So that clears that up. At approximately 12:34 on July 2nd, Atlanta police responded to reports of gunfire at the Sparks Apartments on Sparks Street Southwest. Upon arrival, officers discovered 3 juvenile males had been shot. 13-year-old Lamont Freeman was pronounced dead at the scene, while 12-year-old Jacody Davis succumbed to his injuries after being transported to Eagleston Hospital. 11-year-old Dontavius Davis survived with a gunshot wound to his foot. I also heard that little boy's foot was in bad shape, and he had to have a numerous surgeries. Make me believe that they probably was shot with a high power assault rifle or something like that. with the amount of damage that they say was he sustained to his foot and the amount of surgeries that they said he had to go through his foot. Now I saw pictures of the young men who lost their life. They were young kids, man. They was pretty small, so it didn't have to be a high powered gun. These guys, these little boys were small. You know what I'm saying? Like skinny, small. That neither one of them was chubby or fat. So maybe that would explain the amount of damage that the kid who got shot in the foot sustained. But I don't know. But these are the 7 people that were arrested in connection with the death of the young boys. These are the rival gang members, OMF, only my family. These are the guys that authorities say actually unalived the young boys and wounded one in retaliation to Lil Baby shooting the video in their neighborhood. Also, it was alleged that the hit on the apartment complex where the young men were killed was ordered from jail uh, by use of a illegal cell phone, and which means they done already probably tracked it back to another individual, or maybe one of these individuals was one of the ones who ordered it from jail. I'm not sure, but only 2 of these people weren't already in custody. I think this one right here at the bottom was arrested, and one of these other ones that was arrested, and 2 of these guys brothers, but the rest of them was already in jail. So maybe the phone call that gave the order for the attack on the apartment complex that killed the 2 young men and wounded one was given by one of these guys right here. Sequence of events. According to arrest warrants obtained by Fox 5 Atlanta, witnesses report that the Davis brothers had left their apartments just before midnight to wish Freeman a happy birthday. A white Nissan Maxima and a gray Nissan sedan that circled the apartment complex twice before 6 armed individuals exited and opened fire. Investigators recorded multiple shell cases at the crime scene, including 5.56 mm 7.62. Just like I said, in the 223 caliber rounds. Those are choppers. If y'all don't, if y'all don't know what rounds them is, you see what I'm saying? So these were assault rifles. The victims were struck multiple times with forensic evidence indicating that Freeman suffered a gunshot wound to the head while Jacoby Davis was shot in the chest. Didn't I tell y'all? See, that's what I be trying to tell you. I don't know everything. You know what I'm saying? I don't know everything. But I just done seen people that got shot by assault rifles. And they could get I got a buddy named Mike. He got shot in the foot with an assault rifle. And they wanted to amputate his leg. He underwent a lot of surgeries. And really, the reason why they didn't amputate his leg is because he just wouldn't let them amputate it. But they would have amputated had he said, "Yeah, go ahead and amputate it." And through a bunch of different surgeries, and a lot of years, I want to say about 4, 5 years, now his leg is finally kind of healed. You know what I mean? He still walked with a limp, but I just knew from noticing from the damage that he sustained from an assault rifle shot to the leg, and then from the amount of surgeries that they said the surviving young man had to deal with from being shot with whatever gun he was shot with. I just assumed that it had to be assault rifle. And here it is. It's confirmed. 7.62 bullets and 223 caliber bullets. Uh-huh. What started the conflict? The backstory. Authorities say that 2 of the criminal street gangs in Atlanta, 4PF, 4 Pockets Full, that's allegedly Lil Baby's gang, and OMF, Only My Family, are known to have historical conflict connected to the August 2021 death of 4PF associate Marcus Big Mark Holland. Okay, I don't even know who he is. OMF is a subset of the Goodfellas criminal street gang, police say. Goodfellas was reportedly established in the early 2000s and is referred to as the mob or La Familia or La Costa Nostra, which is Italian for this thing of ours. Every criminal activity which the Goodfellas is engaged in is allegedly geared toward making money and protecting their ability to do so. Damn. 4PF is also an Atlanta-based rapper Lil Baby's personal brand and motto. His record label was previously the name Four Pockets Full, but was changed to Glass Window Entertainment in 2020. And he also changed it to Can't Be F with CBFW, something like that, right? And if y'all been watching Lil Baby for the past year, he publicly came out and said that 4PF no longer exists. He's been trying to distance himself from the 4PF brand, and he started a new brand, which is can't be F with CBFW or whatever. He got changed um, to promote that other than the 4PF. You don't see it with no 4PF change no more, nothing like that. Now, many speculate that that was because Lil Baby was trying to distance himself from 4PF, the brand, because he had heard through the grapevine that RICO charges may be coming and that the deaths of these young men may be, that the Atlanta PD may be trying to pin the deaths of these young men on him due to his involvement uh, in the beef with OMF. Ongoing gang violence in Atlanta. What they're saying, authorities say that the conflict between 4PF and OMF has resulted in multiple homicides and shootings, especially since May 2024. According to police, Lil Baby, whose real name is Dominique Jones, went to the 2100 block of Verbena Street Northwest at that time to shoot a music video. That area is known to be frequented by OMF members and those associated with Dixie Court. Three people were shot that day: 23-year-old man, 24-year-old man, 27-year-old man. They all survived. Lil Baby was not injured in the shooting. They talk about when Lil Baby shot the video, and y'all remember not, they were saying that some people had got shot at Lil Baby music video. So this has been an ongoing thing. Um, However, the feud between the gangs intensified following the incident and led to gang members engaging in retaliatory acts throughout Atlanta. So it's been up between these two crews for some time now, y'all. Um, gang conflict escalations. One of those attacks included the murder of OMF member Trevante Turner on June 29, 2024 at 9 Peyton Place Southwest. So what they saying is one of the OMF members has been unalived as well. And they alleging, I guess, that Lil Baby's crew must have had something to do with it. Now I want to know, is Lil Baby's crew, is this 4PF or is this the CBFW? And let's be real, 4PF ain't going nowhere. He just changed the name and changed the name on the same gang. That's the same guys that's still around him, and that's the same gang. He just trying to disassociate himself because he know that it was heat coming down the pipe. That's what the street's saying, y'all. Following Turner's death, his cousin and gang leader Keontae Midnight, Sanders, currently incarcerated at Hancock State Prison, reportedly coordinated revenge against 4PF members through a series of phone calls and social media messages. Okay, so Keontae, I don't think Keontae is one of these guys that's arrested. I don't think Keontae is one of the guys that's in the photo. He might be, if shout to 985J. If Keontae is one of the guys in the photo, hit the comment section, let me know, because I want to make sure I get it right. Because my thinking is, if the police know that the hit was ordered by somebody in jail, that means they already know who ordered the hit. So I want to know, is he one of the 7 people that's in the photos, or is it going to be, or is it really 8 people? Because they know that the hit was ordered from a phone call from jail. We reading this right here. So is it 8 people or is it 7 people? Is Keontae one of the people? Hit that like button. Jump in the comment section. Let me know. Your boy look confused. Investigators uncovered extensive communication between Sanders and several OMF affiliates, including Ali Lee Caldwell, Traden Crawford, Reginald Yano Thomas, discussion plans to retaliate against the person they believe was responsible. Damn. Those communications identified their target as John J. Shot Smith, who is known to frequent the Spark Street area and reportedly has a close relationship with Lil Baby, whom police refer to as the 4PF gang leader in this warrant. What's up, Eddie? Shout out to my girl, Eddie. Investigation and arrest. On August 21st, police recovered the stolen white Nissan Maxima used in the shooting of Freeman and the Davis brothers at the parking deck on Drew Drive Northwest. Further forensic analysis linked shell cases found at the scene to previous gang-related shootings across the city. Damn. So you know what they're gonna do, right? So whoever they pin that on, they're gonna connect. They're gonna charge them with all the rest of the shootings because the shells connect them to the shooting. So they're gonna just, even if they had something to do with the shootings or not, It's like a hot potato. You the one got caught with it. So they're gonna put all of the shootings that those shells cases were part of the crime scene. They're gonna put all of them on the people or persons that they catch with that they caught with the maximum. Yeah. Investigators also intercepted phone conversations between gang members discussing the incident and efforts to the invo- cover their involvement after the boys' death. Richard R.J. Hollis, a known OMF associate, was overheard instructing associates to destroy evidence, including a pair of shoes and social media accounts. You know what I want to know, y'all? I want to know, was it like like did they intentionally do this to these little boys? You know, it's not unheard of. You know what I mean? These little boys growing up in the hood of the ops, they may feel like these little boys, and I'm gonna say this too. These little boys don't have no gang affiliation. The police said they had never come in contact with these boys, which means they had never arrested them, nothing like that. So I don't want to cast no black cloud over these young boys. Um, to make people think that they were gang members. From all accords, these young men were innocent young boys that lost their life, and it wasn't gang members. We have heard in Chicago where grown men will unalive young kids who are gang members. Like, say if you're a 30-year-old banger and it's an op, and the op is 13, 14 years old. We've heard reports of grown gang members unaliving younger adolescent teenage gang members. You know what I'm saying? But this case, it don't seem like that's what it is. I want to believe that it was just an accident. You know what I mean? Like they was out there just to shoot up the ops territory, probably try to get lucky and get a op, and just so happened these little kids got caught in a crossfire. That's what I want to believe. You know what I'm saying? Also, I want to say this as well. Damn, it was pretty late for them kids to be outside, man. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty late for them kids to be outside. Like after 12 o'clock, you know what I'm saying? Like that's pretty late for some kids to be outside. Like, you know what I mean? I mean they 13 years old. Maybe they was on the front porch, you know what I mean? Um and when the shots rang out, they ran a little bit, you know what I mean? I in my mind, I just want to know, was this intentional against those kids, or was other intended targets and the kids just got caught in the crossfire? That's what I want to know, man. But that's just me. Um, Additionally, a confidential informant provided information from a third party implicating the Keithion J. Man Mobley in the shooting. The informant told police that they had learned through a relative that J. Man really wanted Lil Baby, but it was hard to touch him. Instead, he was hoping to catch another individual associated with Phobia. The informant claimed that Mobley was unaware that the victims were children until after the shooting. Okay, so that answers my question. So the snitch said that the guys didn't know that the victims were kids after the shooting. So they just went over there, saw some young people, and just went to shoot and ended up killing some kids. So they probably thought the kids was like ops, like you know what I mean, like part of OPF, or at least some people that if they lost their life would have an effect on 4PF members or Little Baby, you know. But really, they just killed a bunch of kids. Fucking scumbags. The investigation also revealed that Sanders repeatedly told his girlfriend about seeking revenge against rapper Lil Baby and his plan to extort him for $5 million upon his release from prison. This is insane. Who is Lil Baby? Lil Baby 30 is a Grammy nominated and critically acclaimed rapper, singer, songwriter, according to Motown Records. He was born in Atlanta 1994 and rose to fame in 2017 with the release of his mixtape Perfect Timing. He gained mainstream success with his 2018 album Harder Than Ever, which included the hit single Yes Indeed featuring Drake. He is known for his melodic flow and lyrics that often reflect his experiences of growing up poor in Atlanta. His 2020 album My Turn became one of the best-selling albums of the year, and his song The Bigger Picture, released during the Black Lives Matter protest, received critical acclaim for its social commentary. Yeah, Little Baby offered to perform, whatever. Community response to law enforcement efforts. The fatal shootings of Freeman and Davis has sparked outrage within the community. Local leaders and residents have called for the increased police presence and gang intervention programs to curb the violence. The most recent data shows that there were close to 100 128,000 known gang members and associates in the state of Georgia. There are also 2,000 gangs. In 2023, Attorney General Chris Carr created Georgia's first statewide gang prosecution unit. The gang prosecution unit has secured 52 convictions and indicted nearly 140 individuals. Authorities are urging anyone with information regarding the case to contact them or Crime Stoppers. They reminded the public on Wednesday there's still a $50,000 reward available for information leading to conviction. Let me tell y'all something. $50,000 is a lot of money. Somebody sure gonna do some talking for that 50,000. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. But yeah, these are the people right here. Hit that like button on the way in. Hit that like button on the way in. All right. So my summary, my soliloquy, my synopsis of what this whole situation right here. The biggest question: is Lil Baby responsible for these two young men losing their lives in this gang war, and the third young man being wounded in this gang war? I'm gonna say it like this, y'all. If I was Lil Baby, I would feel responsible. That's how I'm gonna answer that question. If I was Lil Baby, I would feel responsible because they're alleging that this escalated because he went and shot a video in a rival gang's neighborhood, antagonizing and agitating the gang to where they wanted to go retaliate. Also, one of the OMF guys losing his life in the back and forth after Lil Baby shot the video in these guys' hood. Also added to that as well. So what it looking like is Lil Baby is shooting videos in his ops territory, taunting his ops, spurring on this gang war. Yeah, and if I was Lil Baby, I would feel responsible. I see some people in the comment section saying, well, he just shot a music video. You know, he didn't actually unalive these two little boys, so how is he responsible? I also see some people saying that, yeah, he shot the video over there. If he don't go shoot the video over there, then these little boys probably alive because it didn't stir up the hornet's nest to where his ops want to get active. You feel what I'm saying? So what I'm gonna do is, my opinion is, if I was Lil Baby, I would feel responsible. I would feel guilty. I would feel bad that those teenagers lost their life and the other little boy got shot. Them kids, my nigga. Them kids, dog. Them boys had no record. They had no gang affiliation or nothing. This is per what the police officers say. They were innocent. So initially, is Lil Baby responsible? Again, I'm gonna say this. If I was Lil Baby, I would feel responsible. Now, who actually pulled the trigger was these individuals right here, or who planned and some of these individuals pulled the trigger. They gonna go down for it. But what the Atlanta Police Department is saying is they is also on Lil Baby heels as well. If in my opinion, what I'm thinking going on here, they finna put together a case to try to charge Lil Baby. Them police officers say that they will not rest until they get Lil Baby. Let me tell you something. You don't ever want to hear that from a police agency if you somebody that's the target of their investigation. If they say that, baby, you might well go ahead and get you a passport and move to another country and try to get citizenship over there, because they gonna find something. They gonna be on you. You public enemy number one. Your face is at the top of that pyramid, and you got all the resources of that police agency, and they trying to find something. They digging through that book, that statute book, and the law book, trying to figure out something to charge you with. This is not just the police department. This is the DA's office. Probably gonna be the feds and all type of shit. They want you off the streets. They want you off the streets. This is why the mafia used to say that violence was bad for business. You know, the authorities will let you get by a lot of times with selling little drugs, this and that there. You know what I mean? Like a lot of the authorities understand that they ain't gonna stop the drug influx to this country. You know, they could only do their little part, here and there, take a couple dealers off the street, take a little bit of drugs off the street, just do what they can. So they know this is gonna be an ongoing situation. But what heightens the situation and puts you a red target on your back, a bullseye on you, is when bodies go to drop. Everybody understand that. If you ever been in the streets, everybody understand that. But it's so violent out there in the streets nowadays to where it's a common thing, and these young boys ain't thinking. These YNs, they ain't thinking about that. You know what I mean? They ain't out there just trying to get money. Now, some crews out there just focusing on money, but a lot of them ain't out there just to get money. A lot of them out there to terrorize, to dominate, to take over. It's an ego thing. It's a machismo thing. If you're Latino, it's a macho thing. You know what I'm saying? And it just goes to their head, and after a while, it's just violence. You know what I'm saying? Humans are violent anyway. You know what I mean? Like if you ever pay attention in anything that we do, we gonna create some type of enemy. If you football teams, basketball teams, goddamn volleyball teams. I mean, like if you work for Coca-Cola, Pepsi, your op. Like I'm telling you, we do this shit in every facet of life, even with the countries against each other. We see the war between Russia and Ukraine. You know what I mean? Iran and Israel. Like this is, if you just study human beings, this is just what we do. We fight against each other over petty shit. You know what I'm saying? So let's go to the next question. Is Lil Baby going to be charged with these two boys' murders? I'm gonna say this. I think they're looking for a way to charge Lil Baby with these two young boys' murders and the other boy being wounded. I think they looking because they clearly said that in the press conference. They clearly said that. Now, my guess is they trying to cross all their T's and dot their I's before they charge him. They probably trying to find out, can they charge him? You know what I mean? Lil Baby is somebody that got deep pockets. He is a celebrity, got like a big connections. You know what I'm saying? So, we've seen Young Thug, with the Young Thug trial, we've seen with ASAP Rocky just beating his case. These we also see with Jay-Z just got his lawsuit dismissed. These rappers with money and resources, um, authorities have to come at them correctly, because if not, these guys have the resources to beat the charge or or things of that nature. They have money to get good legal representation. So, and I think it's a question of whether Lil Baby legally can be held responsible for the murders of these two young men and the wounding of the other young man. Because I gotta believe if they really could charge him right now with those murders, they would have already done did it. And they haven't yet. So that let me know that they still trying to figure out a way to charge him. Or they currently building a case on him. You know what I'm saying? If I It looked like when I watched Georgia police in Atlanta, um, especially when I saw the Young Thug trial, it looked like they be territorial when it comes to prosecuting these guys. So if I had to guess, this case is probably trying to be put together by the Atlanta Police Department. Now, would the feds be involved in this? I think Atlanta would want to take their crack at Lil Baby first, because them the ones that uh did the press conference and let it be known that he was got a bullseye on his back. So I would believe that Atlanta gonna try to take him down. Now, we all saw the debacle that happened with the Young Thug case, and we all know it's a difference being prosecuted in the state court and in the federal court. We all know there's high probability that you will be convicted in the federal court. It's you got a better chance of fighting your case in the state court than the federal court, and especially if you got some money, your outcome you definitely gonna have a better chance in the state court than in the federal court. We all know the federal authorities conviction rate is like 90 some percent. So Um, I think that's what's probably going on here. I think Atlanta PD is gonna try to dig up enough evidence to see if they can charge the baby because that's what they said. They got their eye on his ass. They say they is not gonna sleep until they get him. And they're upset because these are kids that lost their life. I understand. I understand. I definitely get it. Like they made they made the ultimate mistake. You know what I mean? Like when it's game bangers of black people killing each other, unless it get too crazy, you know what I mean, too brutal, too out of hand, they'll turn a blind eye to that because they figure they'll just let each other kill each other off. But when it's innocent people involved or children, children is the worst. Two children, and what adds insult to injury is one of them, the little boy that lost his life. It was his birthday. That's gonna touch a lot of people's hearts in the communities. It's embarrassing if you're the police precinct to have this type of stuff going down in your community, and they have to answer for that. So they just really made it bad for themselves. I'm telling you no lie. If them dudes if what them dudes supposed to do part of that game, they supposed to get low. And when I mean get low, they supposed to disperse. Some of them dudes supposed to go to North Dakota and get a construction job. I'm talking about they supposed to disband because as long as they stay right there, they coming. They coming, and it might still be too late. But what I'm saying is politics playing is at play with this here. You got two little boys that lost their life. A third one shot. One of them lost his life on his birthday. Y'all put the police in a situation where they got to answer for this. This cannot go. This cannot go unpunished. You see, they got 7 people already. It look like they're gonna be some more arrests, and then they get on the press conference and pretty much let everybody know that, little baby, we coming for you. Just how Young Thug was the target of Fonnie Willis, little baby is the target of 8 Atlanta PD right now. Little baby, you need to already be talking to your legal team. You need to already have retainers down. You already need to be, coming up with a strategy, putting money up, uh, 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 allocating your finances and maybe liquidating some stuff and stop spending so lavishly because you probably in for a fight, homeboy. You probably in for a serious fight. Hit that like button, y'all. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. You probably in for a serious fight, little baby. I'm talking about a serious fight. Like we may go from seeing Young Thug on trial for 2 years to seeing little baby on trial for a year or two, fighting for his freedom. Little baby might just have traded places with Young Thug, y'all. That's crazy, bro. When you look and you see all these rappers that's connected in the legal issues that they have, you know what I'm saying? You know, you got Young Thug, you got Lil Baby who is affiliated with Durk, you got Durk in jail for murder for hire. Like this shit, just like, bro. I say this, bro. Y'all YNs, the new generation, y'all got it, my nigga. Y'all got it. This is the realest generations of rappers I have ever seen, ever. I'm old enough to remember the '90s. You know what I mean? Tupac and all of them, and Run DMC, and well, not Run DMC. That looks too old for me, but NWA shit like that. 8 Ball MJG. You know what I'm saying? Like Pastor Troy. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like them type of guys. You feel what I'm saying? Hot Boys. That was. But this generation right here, y'all got it, dog. Y'all got it. Y'all got it, bro. Y'all got it. Y'all got it. Y'all is the realest generation of rappers. Y'all destroying the community and y'all destroying y'allself. Y'all being blessed with money, fame, and y'all still want to go back to the hood and indulge in these type of activities. Bro, listen, y'all got to realize you get rich to disappear. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I get it. You get a little bit of money, you want to go back to the hood. You know what I mean? You want to be able to go back where you from. Those are the people that you know. Those are the people that know you. So you want to go back there. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to get so disconnected from where you're from to where if you got to go back there, it's looking like you turned your back on. but you also ain't got to go back to that area and be indulgent in this type of activity. You feel what I'm saying? Like, let me tell you something, bro. Let me tell you something, man, let me get rich, dog, bro. My ops gonna have to catch 4 flights to get to me. You feel what I'm saying? Like, to be honest with you, when I get that type of rich, I ain't even got no ops no more. Like, I'm not beefing with you, po N words. I'm not beefing with y'all. You crazy as hell. Like, y'all is on the blocks or in the hood, stuck there, and y'all gonna be mad at me, but I'm not gonna be like giving you any type of attention. You feel what I'm saying? I'm be done moved all my people about from out of that area, most of them. Now the third and fourth cousins, y'all ass on your own. So don't be out there by Kingdom Marina boy, because the boys might want to get you because you third and fourth cousin, bitch. You better tell them you don't know me. You know what I mean? Like, I can't move the whole family. Third and fourth cousins, your ass better scrap up. You feel what I'm saying? But for my immediate family, and friends, oh yeah, we up out of here, player. With the money little baby got, we up out of here. We gone. Bro, one of the smartest things that young boy did was move to fucking Utah. Who the fuck going to Utah? Who the fuck in Utah on a mountaintop where it's cold and shit? I hope young boy get out of jail and move back to Grave Digger Mountain. It just puts you out of reach for this type of shit to go on. As we read in this article, one of the guys say he been wanting to get little baby, but little baby hard to get. And then you gotta think little baby going back to the area that's gonna make it easier for his po ass op to get him. Man, I swear you're gonna have to catch some flights to get me, boy. You crazy as hell. Ain't no way in hell I'm finna be going back to where my po ass op can kill me with a slingshot. Get the fuck out of here. Now I did see little baby pulled up in them cyber trucks, and we all know the cyber truck is supposedly bulletproof. You know what I mean? But still, I'm still not finna be doing all that. I don't got nothing to prove. Man, let me tell you something. When you get to a certain age, one of the biggest freedoms in life is when you realize you ain't got shit to prove to nobody but yourself. That's it. That's why I do what I do here on this channel. Y'all don't remember when the situation happened, Spoon, and I was crying and shit, motherfucker, like, oh, I'm a reader boy crying. I didn't give a listen. I swear to God, I didn't care not now fuck about nobody saying nothing about that, because I know it made that shit hurt me and made me feel away, and I wasn't ashamed of that. I told you I rarely do shit that I'm ashamed of. So that video's still up, and I ain't give a fuck what nobody thought, because I don't got nothing to prove to none of one of the motherfuckers. All these people that's running around here claiming to be tough and all of this shit right here, that shit, man, them motherfuckers that ain't realized that you once you think that you gotta prove something to somebody else, that shit never stops. Cause it's some people out here that don't give a fuck how many people you done killed, how many people you done shot, how many bricks you done moved, how much money you got, how many bitches you done fuck. That shit don't matter. So after a while, you realize you just chasing ghosts, trying to prove something to people who don't give a fuck anyway. You feel what I'm saying? That's when you grow up and learn, I got me some money, let me disappear. Let me not hear the buzzing of these flies and these gnats in my ear. Because that's all it is. A lot of it is jealousy or whatever. Man, I'm not concerning myself with what a hater got to say at all. You feel what I'm saying? So it's a beautiful thing when you grow to a certain point where you realize you ain't got nothing to prove. Because if you keep thinking you got something to prove to somebody, that shit gonna eventually end up with you in dead or in jail. You feel what I'm saying? I am not in a race with anybody. I am not in competition with anybody but my motherfucking self. I'm trying to be a better me today than I was yesterday. That's what I'm in competition with. The old me versus the new me. How can I fix myself to be a better person each and every day so I can be the best version of myself? How can I tinker with my character flaws and try to learn more about myself so I can uplift myself and uplift my people and do better in life? You feel what I'm saying? Because we all make mistakes. We all fall down. It's about how fast you get up. You see what I'm saying? That's what it's about. We all fall down. It's about how fast you get up and how you don't let that adversity break you. Because we all done been there where that adversity got us thinking like, man, god damn, I'm damn about to give up. But then you say a prayer, the clouds open, a dove come down that motherfucker, and the sun shine on you, and you get enough strength to fight for another day. And most of the time, the next when you have a real bad day or a real bad situation, the best days or the better days be right around the corner as long as you don't give up. Because when you at rock bottom, you can't go nowhere but up. Shout out my boy Tori Guns for giving me that advice one time when I was feeling down. Let me read the comment section. It is if they charge him because they feel like he should be blamed for it, it's going to cause a very big issue, and APD is going to get a lot of pushback, and we'll get sued. We gonna see. Uh, he did say, well, young boy forced to move to Utah and still managed to get in even more trouble for real. A lot of people are going to feel like Lil Baby was working. Ooh. I don't know where you get that one at, but I do agree with Nate. I feel like a RICO charge coming with this one here. Um, but yeah, that's what's going on with Lil Baby, man. That shit been it's been circulating. It's been circulating. Hit that like button. Hit that like button, guys. Please do me a favor. Hit that like button. Please hit that like button for your boy. And please donate to the channel. The Cash App is pinned at the top of the chat. I appreciate it. I would appreciate y'all. Okay, let's move to the next topic. I wish Lil Baby the best, but I'm gonna say this: to look in that police officer's eyes on that press conference, I feel like he's gonna be charged, y'all. Now, whether the charges gonna stick, whether they're gonna beat the charges, um, we shall see. But I do feel like he got the APD working overtime to charge him with something because they upset that those two young men lost their life and that other young man got shot. And if I'm relatives of those two young men, I want somebody to pay for that. I want this stuff to stop so that nobody else has to feel the pain of losing a loved one to this type of senseless violence. So when you got the community, the DA's office, and the police department, and an outrage because of your actions, all right, they might railroad his ass. I'm telling you, they might. I'm telling you now, for real, for real. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. All right, next topic. We got Lil Durk being sued, y'all. Now this came out of about a week or two ago, but it was one of the topics that I was gonna get to, but it was so much uh content coming in till I just decided to space all the topics out, and this is one of the ones that already had happened, but I'm covering it to give you guys my opinion on it. It say Lil Durk now faces wrongful death lawsuit stemming from alleged murder for hire scheme. All right. The rap star already faces charges in connection with an alleged plan to kill rival rapper Quando Rondo. The plot culminated in a shooting in Los Angeles in August 2022 that claimed the life of Quando Rondo's cousin, whose mother is now suing Lil Durk in Cook County Court. Oh man, Chicago rapper Lil Durk is now the target of a wrongful death lawsuit alleging he placed a hit on rapper Quando Rondo that culminated in the fatal death of his rival's cousin. Claims that piggy bank criminal charges Lil Durk faces. Oh, claims that piggyback criminal charge. Okay, so they saying on top of his original charges. What's going on here? It been done faded out, y'all. What's going on? What's going on here? I gotta find me a better what's the name they got going on here. Bitch, I wanna see the don't do me like that, Chicago Sun Time. All right, well, I can narrate this one because it ain't too much of this. So Lil Paul's mom is suing Lil Durk for the death of Lil Paul. Excuse me, y'all. I knew this was gonna happen. So we got Lil Durk being sued. We got, of course, Diddy being sued. Um, who else? Who else? I'm sure if Little baby be charged in this situation that just happened in Atlanta with these two young boys losing their life and the third one being shot. I'm sure he gonna be sued. So I'm telling y'all what's going on here, dog. I saw this wave happening uh right after it really kind of came to my attention when Mama Duck sued Durk. So you got Mama Durk stuck suing Durk, and you got Lil Paul's mom suing Durk, right? And I said this, we had this conversation on this channel, Audio Crack. I forgot who else was involved in this, but and we got Juvie's mom suing YNW Melly, 300. Um, I want to say Leon Cohen them too, but I know for a fact they're suing YNW Melly and 300 and Track. Matter of fact, Track getting sued too. YNW Melly's manager. So what's going on here is when these rappers are involved in the deaths or allegedly involved in the deaths of because some of these guys ain't been convicted, um, or none of these guys been convicted. Now that I think about it, but when these guys are being connected to the death of the families, loved ones, the fact are on top of the criminal charges, the family are suing these rappers because let's be real, these rappers have millions of dollars at their disposal, and they also have assets, houses, jewelry, cars. They have businesses. They have a lot of things that could be liquidated to help pay the family for the death of their loved ones that happened at the hands of the entertainers. Now, this could be significant if a lot of these lawsuits start happening. I don't know, will it curb the violence? I don't know. I don't know. And what I say, and hear what I and remember and listen to what I say. I said curb. I don't think it'll stop the violence, but will it curb the violence? I don't know. But I also feel like it will add to the death of this drill rap. And I'm be honest with you, I want drill rap to die. I really do. Because it's senseless, dog. It's senseless. Drill rap is really rapping about your art. That's pretty much what it is. It's disrespecting your art, um, disrespecting the dead ops, and talking about you spitting on your ops. Like to the point you can't be a drill rapper if you ain't in beef with somebody. Like real shit. Like if you a drill rapper, you gotta have an op. To the point where they go out and make ops. You feel me? Go out and find ops. You know what I mean? Every drill rapper want to be known as, you gotta be the sprint. And it's like a feather in your cap if you got a couple bodies under your belt. So like this is insane. Like so I feel like the drill rap genre of hip hop, it needs to go. Because the people that's participating in these activities are our loved ones. These are our family members. You know what I mean? We sitting and watching and losing our family members to this culture. You know what I'm saying? And of course they kids and they making bad decisions. They following blind leading the blind. We know that. And a lot of times the influence of the streets or the drill culture is even more stronger than the influence of the family members or the parents telling them not to go down that path until and we see that they continue to go down this path until something bad happens. Either we lose our loved ones or either they unalive somebody and you lose your loved ones or other people lose their loved ones and our loved ones end up in jail for a long time or the rest of their life. It's just senseless. It just don't make no sense, you know what I mean, in the grand scheme of things. It doesn't make any sense. A lot of times it's not for money, it's just for bragging rights. You feel what I'm saying? It's just self hate if you ask me personally. Because a lot of times they killing people, unaliving people that look just like them. The black gangs beef with the black gangs, the Latino gangs beef with the Latino gangs. and vice versa, and all of the above. You see what I'm saying? So, uh, it's just senseless. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Um, they said that this lawsuit was filed before the trial of Lil Durk because in most places it's a 2 year statute of limitations on a wrongful death civil suit. So it's suspected that the family of Lil Paul, his mom, went on and filed this lawsuit before the statute of limitations ran out because who knows how long Lil Durk's trial may take or how long it may take before it starts. You know, they can have postponements, you know, where they push court dates back and things of that nature, and the statute of limitations on the wrongful death civil suit may have ran out if they wait until the outcome of Lil Durk's trial. Now, a guilty verdict would bode well for uh, the civil suit because once he's someone's found guilty in a court of law, then you could then say, okay, well, they've been found guilty in the court of law, which means they're responsible for the death of X, Y, and Z. So that would kind of make a civil case more solid. But you do not have to secure a guilty verdict to be found guilty and liable for the death of somebody. I always refer back to the O.J. Simpson case. O.J. Simpson was found not guilty of the murder of Nicole Brown Simpson and Ron Goldman, but he still was found guilty in a civil suit and found liable for the deaths of Nicole Brown Simpson and Ron Goldman. Go figure. Picture that. You can get found not guilty of their murders, but still found guilty in a civil case to be liable for their deaths. And it's also said that because in a civil suit, more evidence can come in than in a criminal case. So they allow more evidence in a civil case than they do in a criminal case, and they saying that that's allegedly how these things could go. So uh, my point is, even if Durk is not found guilty, he still could possibly be found guilty in a civil lawsuit and could be still found liable in the death of Lil Paul. But it is better if he's for the suit if he's convicted before the civil suit goes to trial. But in any court, Lil Paul's mom filed a lawsuit. So Lil Durk is fighting lawsuits on two fronts. He fighting for Mama Duck and he fighting when it comes to the death of Lil Paul as well. So damn. Well, it say if they charge him because they feel like he should be blamed for his okay, I saw that one. Okay. Well, okay. A lot of people are going to feel like little baby worker. I missed the bow wows. What you talking about, Nate? They say I missed the bow wows. The dogs. Mm. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button, y'all. Hit that like button. Please donate to the channel. Cash App is pinned at the top of the chat. Please share this video and hit that subscribe button too. All right. We're gonna move on. Where we going? We're gonna go to the 50 Cent one, dog. We're gonna go to 50 Cent. I'm gonna go and get 50 Cent shit out the way, dog. Let me do this real quick. This 50 Cent case is exhausting. This 50 Cent and Meech shit is exhausting. I ain't gonna tell you no lie. I damn near wanted to stop uh, covering it, but I said to myself, you can't stop covering it, Marita boy. This your job, dog. This is your job, and this is a hot topic. This is the hottest situation on the internet. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna tell you no lie. I'm tired of this motherfucking case. I'm tired of this motherfucker. But I'm gonna break this down to y'all, right? I'm gonna break it down to y'all, right? I'm gonna give y'all my fine my I'm gonna give y'all my heartfelt opinion on this Big Meech and 50 Cent shit. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Listen to this now. Is y'all ready? I don't know what the fuck is going on in the Big Meech versus 50 Cent beef. I do not fucking know whether Big Meech is a snitch or not. And I'm gonna say one more thing here. You can stick this shit in your fucking pipe and smoke it. None of these other motherfuckers do neither. Not there. I started to make that the title of this video. I do not know whether Big Meech is a snitch or not, and none of these other motherfuckers do neither. Trust me when I tell you this shit. You look on the internet now, you got motherfuckers swearing they read the paperwork, and they're like, yeah, he snitched, yeah, he third party corroborate. Then you go to watch another video, and this motherfucker said, no, he ain't snitched, da 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 da, this and that, there. Then you read the paperwork, and you realize that there's nothing in that motherfucker where it said Big Meech snitching. Nothing. You can infer, you can use context clues, you can insinuate, you can assume, you can have your opinion. But if you look at the paperwork, there's nothing in that motherfucker that say Big Meech told the authorities a motherfucking thing. So that brought me to my opinion. I don't know shit. I don't know a motherfucking thing. Not about this Big Meech, whether he snitch shit. And I'm gonna be the first blogger to come out and admit it. Cause all these motherfuckers is on the internet sharing their thoughts and swearing they looked at the paperwork, and since they've been the feds, they know this and know that and this and that and this and all this bullshit. And I just came to the realization none of us know what the fuck we talking about. I'm gonna tell you this shit right now. I'm gonna be the first blogger to tell y'all. So if you want to go click on somebody else's channel that say, who the facts, whether Big Meech snitched or not, in big bold letters, go the fuck head on. But I'm gonna tell you the truth. We don't know what the fuck we talking about. None of us do. Not now, one of us. All of us is guessing. All of us is lying. All of us is inferring. All of us is assuming. But it ain't shit in that paperwork that said 100% that Big Meech set up such and such. Big Meech told on such and such. That shit is not in there. Period. You got people that feel so strongly on one side or the other. But when it really breaks down, we don't know shit. We, you heard I say we? I ain't say I. I said we. All of us. I'm telling you now. Y'all know I got to keep it a bean. Y'all know Marita gonna keep it real. We don't know what the fuck we talking about. None of us. We just telling you what the fuck we think, but we are not sure. Some people got motives. Some people don't like Meech. I see a lot of up north New York guys kind of, seem like when they give their opinion on the Meech situation, they seem like they kind of be biased against Meech, and I see other people like 42 Judge just came out and stood on 10 and say that until he see paperwork, whether Big Meech snitched tonight, or not, he'd say 50 Cent, stop talking to him, shut the fuck up. He ain't believing it. It's Detroit against the world. Because 42 Durk from Detroit and Big Meech from Detroit as well. And I got to say, I understand his stance because it's no proof. It's no 100% proof whether Big Meech told on nobody. Now we can assume we know the lady was a informant. We know she set some people up, but it ain't nowhere where Big Meech set nobody up. Now you got Cuffy saying he set him up, but what a paperwork is. What a paperwork said that Big Meech told the police that Cuffy did. You see what I'm saying? It ain't none of that. It ain't none of that shit nowhere. So I just came to the realization that I got to keep it a bean. No blogger know what the fuck going on with this Big Meech, whether he a snitch or not situation. Everybody just giving their opinion. Everybody just telling you what they think. But a lot of these motherfuckers can't comprehend. A lot of these motherfuckers ain't got sense God gave a billy goat. Trust me when I tell you this shit. They might look like they do, but a lot of them don't. I saw a channel that I thought was reputable. And they came out and said, yeah, I read the paperwork, they said that, right. Then I went and I checked out another channel and I seen them read the paperwork. And then I end up getting a little bit of the piece of paperwork myself. And I don't see a motherfucking thing in there that say Demetrius Flannery told or on such. He don't even got a proffer. The Meech and Flannery don't even got a proffer. At least Ralo got a proffer, and we'll talk about that later. But the Meech and Flannery don't even got a proffer. None of his time cuts came from somebody working to get him time off. All of his time cuts came from legal federal time cuts. Either he was in the halfway house and got this much time, either he got good behavior, or either it was some type of laws that got changed. Actually, Donald Trump actually helped a lot of nonviolent drug offenders get time cuts. One of the laws that he put into effect. All Meech's time cuts came legally. So when we really unpacking this thing, it's really just people sharing their opinions and passing them off as fact. But it's no fucking fact. I'm gonna say it here. Now, am I a big Meech fan? I don't know no motherfucking big Meech. Period. I don't have a dog in this fight. I have an opinion on the 50 Cent and him in a situation with him and 50 Cent about the Rick Ross shit. But as far as the big Meech and the snitch shit, I don't have a dog in this fight. If that motherfucker come out to be a snitch, I'm gonna blog on it. And it ain't gonna be personal. If it come out that he ain't a snitch, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna blog on it too. And it ain't gonna be personal. I told y'all a while back, I don't emotionally detached from all this snitch shit. I don't give a fuck personally who is a snitch or who ain't a motherfucking snitch. I don't. Me personally, I don't. I just only blog on the shit because I'm a blogger. You feel what I'm saying? I don't want no snitches to get killed. I'm not advocating for nobody to do nothing to no snitches. I don't give a fuck. I'm just gossiping. I'm just telling the news. I'm just spilling the tea. Anytime a snitch allegation come across the news airways and Marita Boy covers it, I'm just spilling the tea or help spilling the tea and gossiping. I don't give a fuck at all. Period. I don't feel no kind of way against them people or at all. You feel what I'm saying? Now, this shit is exhausting because when you really sit and unpack it and you really sit down and look at the paperwork, you realize that it's no black and white 100% that Big Meech told. Then you got to really sit back and realize that for those who are pushing this narrative that he's a snitch, come on, man. Come on, man. Like Boo say, come on, man. Come on, man. Like, why we just can't wait until we get definitive proof before we try to paint that narrative on somebody? But I understand, how this new media go, how the blogging arena works. You know what I mean? How the gossip gets spread. We really do this irresponsibly. A lot of us do. A lot of us slang allegations and paint narratives and use our platforms to excoriate people. And we do it recklessly. You know what I mean? Shout out to Ratchet TV because he definitely did that when Julio died, framing them ATK boys for that man untimely death. That could have led to those boys being seriously hurt. The man got over 300,000 subscribers. What if some people heard that and targeted them because they thought what Ratchet TV said was fact? So I'm just giving that an example as to how the new media, some bloggers use a platform in a reckless manner that can possibly lead to some people being seriously hurt. And I'm gonna say this too ahead of time. I feel like at some point in the future, because I see that there's really not a lot of regulation on that. Of course, YouTube do their little police thing, but I'm saying it's still rampant with bloggers sharing their opinions and passing them bitches off as fact, saying what they saying is fact, lying, pushing it off as fact, running plays and shit, and it's not. I feel like in the future, some blogger or bloggers are going to end up causing the death of somebody due to their narratives or false narrative that they spew. And I feel like somebody gonna be found held responsible for that. Whether the authorities hold them responsible or whether a lawsuit or something like that. But I'm telling you, I see what's coming down the pipe because we done got a little carried away with these painting narratives and passing them off as fact, like this shit is really true. I think it's gonna both gonna happen. It's gonna be lawsuits. Well, Tasha K already done got sued by Cardi B, so I get it. So that's probably, already, I'm probably a little behind on that. But I feel like somebody gonna get seriously hurt by some of the rhetoric that a blogger spews, and I think that at some point it's gonna come to where bloggers gonna get found responsible for the situations that happen due to the content that they put out that may not that is found not to be true. And to be honest with you, I hope it happens. Well, I don't want nobody to get hurt, but I do want bloggers to act responsibly and understand that people believe what you say. I got homeboys right now that be telling me shit that they see on YouTube, and I be like, "Where you heard that?" And then when they tell me what blogger they heard it from, I be like, "Oh man, they done got clickbaited like a motherfucker." It was a dude on here, CEO Media. I hated that motherfucker channel. That motherfucker be lying through his teeth. That motherfucker when the Young Dolph murder happened, he was talking about, yeah, Moneybag Yo just bought uh, uh, paper route, all this shit. And I end up pressing three little buttons to say, don't recommend this motherfucking channel no more. I blocked that bitch from off my feed because it was just straight up lies, straight up clickbait. You got YouTubers that on purposely lie to try to get people to click on their videos for clickbait. For you know what I'm saying? And it's clickbait, likes and views. They do that, especially in the conspiracy theory sector, whatever sector that is. You look at the conspiracy theory sector, the aliens and all that shit. Oh my God, it's nothing but lies on that motherfucker. I don't even click on them videos because once you click on them, your whole fucking feed turn into UFOs and conspiracy theories and shit like that. They're going down the rabbit hole, and a lot of that shit be lies like a motherfucker. But they do it here too in this hip hop genre, hip hop sector. And I feel like at some point, some of these bloggers gonna end up being held accountable. And I feel like only then will uh, the tide change and people will start taking uh, their voice more seriously. You know what I'm saying? And y'all know me, I call a blogger out. Like if I see a blogger using their platform recklessly, well, it may cause the harm of other people. I call them out because I feel like the blogger community, we got to police ourselves at this point. And I look at it like, what if somebody was spewing those lies on my relative or me, and that's not true, and could possibly get me hurt or my relative hurt? No, we ain't gonna do that. And shout out to the community because a lot of people did band together when Rat Shit TV was painting ATK Kesey and them boys as the people who did that to Julio Fulio. On the come find out now one of them boys had nothing to do with that. You see what I'm saying? And then he doubled down on the shit. Them is young boys, bro. Them boys is in their early 20s. My son is 20 years old. You see what I'm saying? A lot of us have children that's up and around that age. And we got a grown ass man here that's painting these boys as murderers, and these boys ain't did shit. These boys got real deal ops in the street. So what if they ops would have geared up to retaliate against them because they heard on Rat Shit TV that they did that to Julio Fulio? And then I heard Rat Shit TV said on his channel, I recorded it. He said that he knew ATK Keeks and them ain't had nothing to do with it. Yeah, he said, yeah, I put y'all in harm's way. Yeah, I put y'all in danger. I already knew it. That's even worse. Them somebody kids, dog. So you set somebody kids up to get in harm's way for clicks, likes, and views. It's a dirty game they play here on this internet, bro. It's a dirty game. Hit that like button, hit that like button, hit that like button. I'm gonna say this as well. I was watching a couple bloggers not black bloggers, but white bloggers, because this 50 Cent Big Meech shit done spilled out of just the African American bloggers. I see white bloggers, who a little bit, a little bit more, suburban talking about this shit, right? Because 50 Cent is a big name, big figure, and 50 and Meech is as well. I saw a blogger saying that if this shit is not substantiated, Meech would probably have grounds to sue for defamation, for damages to his image, to his brand. They was even showing how Meech could quantify his losses, right? So what they were saying is, if they don't substantiate, if it don't come out that Meech 100% black and white is a snitch, and Meech could prove that he lost money because of the narrative that had been spewed, they could be sued and they could be found liable. I would go as far as remembering the Cardi B and the Tasha K situation. And when he said that, I thought about, I say he got a point here, because it ain't nothing 100% that say Meech was working with the police. You can infer, you can assume whatever the fuck you want to do. But if you sit up here and you saying that shit and that shit come out not to be true, or it's not proven to be true, Meech could sue the bloggers and whoever else was spewing that narrative. You can't hide under fair use for that one, because the car show didn't go, the concert didn't go down. He could kind of paint that as a loss. If he can show damages where he lost money due to this narrative being spewed, and he can go and show a video of a blogger or whoever else or a celebrity figure painting that narrative, and it's not proven, they could be sued for that. I'm just saying. Shout out to Audio Crack. There go my boy. Shout out to Audio. Shout out to Show Lil Ugly. What it do, Audio? So I saw an interesting channel talk about that last night, man. So I think we gotta pump our brakes. I think, bro, when it comes to this shit here, we don't know what the fuck we talk about, dog. I don't know whether Big Meech is snitch, and I don't think nobody do other than Big Meech, the police, and that lady Tammy. But I'm gonna say this too. How we know Tammy just ain't a woman scorned and just saying what she's saying just because she's scorned? There go my boy Audio. I'm glad you all right. Hey, you all right, bro? I hope everything all good with you in the family, gang. Really, I do. I was thinking about you the other day. I give you shots out every video. So if you watch any of these videos and replay game, you're gonna hear your name. Every one of these motherfuckers. But we don't know whether Tammy is just a woman scoring too. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm gonna say this too. The podcast I was watching last night made a lot of sense, and it wasn't a black podcast. It was actually two white guys going over Meech paperwork and shit like that, right? The guy said that, how am I put this? Because it was tricky. That we all sitting here waiting. 50 Cent been advertising for Tammy, for this documentary, Tammy, right? He said that Tammy, we're waiting for Tammy to come out and say, yeah, Big Meech knew, Big Meech this, Big Meech that. He was working with me to set up Cuffy to get a time cut. He's put me in with Cuffy so he can get a time cut. Well, that ain't what Tammy testified to in court, right? So Tammy didn't testify to that in court. Tammy said that she asked for a time cut for Meech. So let me tell y'all what happened here. Let me break this down. Tammy Cohen did not contact the police, the feds, and say, and attempt to work for them. She didn't do that. They called her Now, when she set up the first guy, you know, the first guy she did it with the real estate shit and all that, she worked for them. She got a little bit of money. She they had she was no longer working with the feds after that. She was just doing her shit, going on with her life, right? The feds contacted her because I think it was the one out of Detroit or St. Louis or whatever. They contacted her because they knew that she had already set up the other guy. I forgot what his name is. His name White, Rice, whatever, White, whatever. White, I think his name White. The guy that she was dealing with, and she ended up setting him up, and she got the $55,000 as payment or whatever, whatever. Okay. Um, her handling agent had retired, right? So she no longer worked with the feds at all. You know what I'm saying? After she had set up the first guy and got the money, the guy she was dealing with, whatever, whatever. The feds called her, not that fed that was her handler. Another fed called, I think it was out of St. Louis. He called Tammy because he knew that Tammy had did a good job setting up the other guy, getting the other guy some time, right? So he told Tammy that he wanted Tammy to come to work, to come back to work. She said, this is all in the phone records. This is all in the paperwork. She said, well, you know, this ain't what she do. So, you know, she told him, she turned him down, put it that way. Now she was already locked in with Meech. She was already, you know, going to visit Meech, and she already had new Meech. So basically, her and Meech had an above board situation at that time. Even though she had already put somebody in jail and set them up, her and Meech had an above board interaction at that time. This is when Meech was in jail. The police contact her. They want her to go back to work, right? She turned them down, right? So then she say, okay, I'll do it if you can work out a time cut for Demetrius Flannery. Me, now listen to the key here. They called her, which means that most likely, because again, I say I don't know whether Meech is snitch or not, but most likely this was not a plan for her to help Meech get no time cut. What happened was when the opportunity arose for her to get Meech a time cut, she told the authorities, this is in the paperwork, y'all, I read it. She told the authorities that I'll work for you if you can give Meech a time cut. It's also in the paperwork that the officer told her, well, we'll see about that. I'll see what I can do about that. Because he had no authority to agree to that deal. Meech was sentenced by a judge. So the only person that could do that is somebody higher than a regular FBI agent. It had to be like his superior. You see what I'm saying? Like, so that's why he told Tammy, I'll see what I can do. Allegedly, and this is all assumption, y'all. We don't know this for a fact. Listen to what I'm saying. Fair use. None of this is what I'm about to tell you is fact. But it's you can what happened was the same police agent that tried to get her to come back to work called Tammy back and told Tammy, I can get you $200,000. So what they saying is he was not able to green light the time cut for Meech, right? Because he didn't have that authority to do so, and maybe his superiors told him no. Tammy went back to work for the $200,000. She got 200. She got an 80-something thousand. She got a new car. She got 24,000 to move. She got roughly $200,000 to go back to work. That's when she went to dealing with Chroma. She had a relationship with Chroma, inappropriate relationship with Chroma. And then what they saying is Meech hooked her up with Cuffy because Cuffy wanted a plug. So Meech hooked her up with Cuffy and Suarez, right? Because Cuffy was looking for a plug, right? While Tammy was low-key sleeping with Chroma. The whole case that would have came because Chroma overheard Tammy on the phone talking to Cuffy and then started wiretapping and started some, investigating Cuffy, and that's how the charges even happened as far as like with Suarez, Cuffy, and Tammy, right? That case got threw out because they found out that Tammy was sleeping with Chroma, right? Cuffy is in jail for the murder of two confidential informants. Now, what happened was they gave Cuffy a sweet deal where he pleaded out to 2 gun charges instead of 2 murders, and that's how he got the 27 years. So at this point, Cuffy is not in jail for nothing pertaining to any drugs or anything like that. Now, if you want to believe that Meech told Tammy to set up Cuffy, that's your opinion. That's on you. I'm just saying that when you make that connection, it's all assumption. It's all opinion. It's all an educated guess. Now, could you say that one could see that as a possible scenario? Yeah, 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 yeah. A reasonable person could infer or assume that Tammy uh that Meech asked Tammy to set up Cuffy so that he could get a time cut. I can see how somebody could come to that conclusion. But I just want you to know it's not in the paperwork. It's nowhere in the paperwork. Tammy never said that Meech told her to set up anybody. She never said that. What she said was, can I get a time cut for Demetrius funeral if I work for y'all? That's what she said. That's what she said. So just as well as one can infer or assume that Meech sent her to set up somebody for him a time cut, one can also infer that or assume that Meech didn't know shit and she was doing that out of love. Hey man, shit, y'all want me to come back to work? All right, let me get this. I fuck with Meech. I like him. I love him. Let me see if I can get him out. I'll go work y'all if I get my boyfriend out. He may have not known a motherfucking thing about that. It is nothing in the paperwork that say he knew. So I see how people is on either side of this situation. I see it. I can see. Know what I'm saying? I see how people could, but I'm just here to tell you. I'm cutting straight through the bullshit, straight through the facts. The facts is, I don't know whether Meech a snitch, and don't now none of these motherfucking blogging niggas do neither. None of us do. We all just telling what we think, assuming, and guessing and giving our opinion. So, we can listen to different bloggers, and I'm still listening to other people. But we don't know. None of us don't know. And I just want to say that right now, at this point in time. Now, if some evidence come out that Meech a snitch, black and white, then we'll go from there. But at this point, nobody got no clear-cut evidence whether Meech is a snitch or not. And ain't nobody saying that shit. So I wanted to be the first to say it. We don't know what the fuck we talking about. None of us do. Not me, not none of us. They can try to pass that shit off like they do and package that shit up and make you click on the video to where you think they got some new evidence that nobody else don't got. But I'm here to tell you, they pulling your chain. They remixing the same shit, saying the same shit over and over, milking this situation for clicks, likes, and views when it ain't no concrete evidence what the Meech told on nobody. That's what I'm gonna tell you. Shout out to Renee Thomas. Yeah, they said they both had their reasons. I agree. What does they show? I'm gonna read some of these comments. They say, why did she change her mind about working? They say that, listen, I don't know. Again, I want to make sure because I see this shit get confusing. They said that why did she change her mind about working? Put a comment on the screen. I can only, one can assume. Now, this ain't fact here. This ain't even my opinion. I'm just answering the question. Maybe the $200,000. They gave her $200,000 to go back to work. You know what I'm saying? They said she asked for the time cut. But I don't know. I mean, but we know that he get a time cut from anything illicit. All his time cuts came from legal laws being repealed or changed or retroactive. Donald Trump signed one on, and also came for like programs and shit like that. You know what I mean? What kind of shit? Halfway house, all that shit there. He got all his time, and me and I'm this too. Meech ain't the only person got these time cuts. All the time cuts Meech got, everybody in prison got them who fell under those particular guidelines, right? So maybe that's why. Again, I don't know. I'm not inside. I'm trying to answer these questions, but not tell y'all. I'm trying to tell y'all, not trying to make it like it's fact. The things that's not fact, like the inference as to why she went back to work, I can't say. You know what I'm saying? Maybe she went back to work because she figured maybe I can manipulate this police to get Meech some time off. Maybe that could have been. Maybe it could have been the $200,000. I don't know. But she did go back to work, and I want to let this be known. They called her to go back to work. She didn't call them. She didn't call them and say, because just think now, if it was a plan between her and Meech prior to her going back to work, then she would have called them. Hey, I'm Meech. Hey, Meech. Hey, Tay man, get it to them people, man. See if you could work, get you know what I'm saying, get a couple of hats and work off some of the time for me. Okay, baby. Then she called her the FBI, the DEA. That's not what happened. They called her. Hey, bitch, we heard you put that nigga in jail. We paid you $55,000. Oh, you a good one. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Hey, man, you want to come back to work? I'll give you this. Da 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 da. That's what happened. That part is fact. They called her and offered her to come and solicited her to come back to work. And then she agreed. But she did ask them if she come back to work. Could she get time cut for Demetrius Splintery? Right? But we know Meech never got no time cuts. So that's the gray area right there. That's the part where we all assuming whether either Meech did set her on that path to set people up so he can get a time cut, or whether she just did it on her own and maybe told Meech about it later. You know what I'm saying? That's maybe what happened. I don't know. But I'm just telling you, that's the part right there where some people is saying yay or nay. What people say, either yeah, Meech a snitch or Meech ain't no snitch. That's where they going with that. Hit that like button, y'all. Hit that like button. Please donate to the channel. Cash App is roll across the bottom on the banner and pin at the top of the chat, man. Y'all know your boy demonetized, so I'm doing this all off of love, and I love y'all. Also, y'all, hey, my birthday Monday, y'all. Yeah, your boy birthday Monday. Will I go live on my birthday? I can't tell you. I can't say I'm gonna go live on my birthday. It just depends. It depends. It depends how life be going for you, boy. You know what I mean? If you know, you know. I can't say, but I did just think about telling y'all. Yeah, my birthday is Monday, y'all. Pisces. So salute to all the Pisces. Okay. So Liz Douglas said she said Meech put her up to it, but she changed her story. 1090 didn't read all the paperwork. And I'm glad you just said that. 1090J. I got to call a spade too. If y'all remember not, let me say this the right way. 1090 Jake had made himself a special niche in this new internet blogging, new media arena. He had made himself the king of paperwork. Well, and it was unique. We never seen that before, y'all. Like, we got to give him credit for being a trendsetter. We had never seen somebody that would read the paperwork of these rappers and celebrities and famous people and find out their cooperation in past or previous or present cases. and that's what added to the celebrity of 1090 Jake. You got to give him credit for that, right? But I knew early on watching 1090 Jake, because I'm somebody that used to watch 1090 Jake before he did the Snitch videos. I used to watch 1090 Jake before he blew up, when he used to just do the prison stories and shit, right? I was watching 1090 Jake back then. So I'm somebody that watched his rise and watched what this thing morphed into, right? But I knew very early on that 1090 Jake would be faced with a choice. And the choice would be, once he became so powerful, once his opinion became so powerful, and as to whether somebody was a snitch or not, because let's be real, a lot of people just ain't got time to go through all this fucking paperwork. A lot of people can't even understand the terminology on the fucking legal documents and shit like that. So a lot of people look to 1090 Jake to confirm or deny whether somebody was a rat or not, right? So I knew very early on that 1090 Jake's character, principles, morals would be challenged when it came to his unique position that he had cultivated for himself in this arena, right? And by that, what I mean is, at some point, I knew that celebrities or people who was under the gun of being called a rat or not would attempt to solicit and bribe 1090 Jake to 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 tell what narrative that they wanted him to say pertaining to whether certain individuals were snitches or not. I knew it was gonna happen. I knew it was gonna happen, and I knew that it was like a choice between good and evil, right? I knew it was gonna happen, and let me be honest with you. The only way for 1090 Jake was to protect his brand, was for him to turn down whatever money that whatever celebrity tried to pay him to 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 spin the narrative that whatever individual that was the target of his video was clean, right? Now I'm gonna say this. I don't know for a fact. Everything I say here is alleged. Fair use is in that. But I have seen situations and heard situations where I believe 1090 Jake was compromised. I said this a long time ago, and this is why I'm gonna bring it back up, because I already said this, and I said in his face. When I read that paperwork in the Melly case, when I read Track's deposition, I saw clearly that Track told on Jacoby Mills. He told. That wasn't my gun, that was Jacoby Mills. He said that. When they went back to that field and allegedly found that gun, because Jacoby told it first. So when Jacoby told it, what's the police officer name? I forgot what his name is. The police officer, that the lead detective, he told Track that Jacoby said that they went back to that field and found the gun, and Track had the gun. Track then told the police detective that no, Jacoby had the gun. Jacoby took the gun. He said that. It's in the deposition. When I heard 1090 Jake's video where he had an interview with Track, he never brought that up. And the video was to confirm or deny whether Track was a snitch. Now, I know I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed, but if we doing an interview to whether confirm or deny whether Track or snitch, and I read the paperwork, me myself read the paperwork, and I read it here on this channel live, and I seen that statement Track made. 1090 Jake never brought that up. He never brought that up. To the point to where me and King AK-47 was on the phone one night. Who me and King AK-47 were talking to? We were talking to somebody on the phone. Was it Track? I don't think it was Track. Oh, it was me, Spoon. It was me, Spoon, and King AK-47 on a three-way call one night. And I told AK, I said, the next time you get Track for an interview, You asked him about that statement he made about telling the police that that was Jacoby Mills' gun that they found in that field. And AK did. Because I told AK, I said, AK, you trying to time down with that Officer Francois situation. I got it. In that paperwork, he told on Jacoby Mills. So whether he was a real police officer or a snitch, in the paperwork, he clearly is a snitch. It's in the black and white. Nobody said nothing about that. Now, Jake didn't bring that up. Nobody did. Marita Boy was the first person to bring that to the forefront. Shout out to my boy King AK-47. The next time he went on, what's the name with Track, he jumped out the bushes with that question against Track. Track ain't have a motherfucking thing to say about that. He went mute. You see what I'm saying? My point is that 1090 Jake, I'm sure, read that same statement that Track made in the deposition, but he never brought that up. Now, what I'm hearing through the grapevine, 1090 Jake is a self-proclaimed blood, right? It's said that 1090 Jake and Melly are the same faction of blood, G-Shine. That's what the rumor is. Do I know that for a fact? No. Fair use. I'm everything that I don't know, I'm letting you know I don't know. But that's what they saying. I'm not immersed in the gang culture. I don't know. I can stand to be corrected on that. But I do know both of them parade around to be blood. And it said that that's the reason why he gave Track preferential treatment when it came to his expose or quote unquote supposed expose on 100K Track. Also, it's alleged that Track is a blood gang member too. The point I'm trying to make is it's not to excoriate Track or talk about the Melly case or nothing. It's to talk about the credibility of 1090 Jake's opinion when he says yay or nay whether somebody is a snitch or not. We all know that he came out and he said that BG was a snitch. And then he turned around and had to walk that back. It said that 50 Cent sucked 1090 Jake down this path and suck him on Big Meech. Now, I'm going to say this. I've been watching 50 Cent's Instagram for a couple weeks now, and I've been on it for the past couple of days. And I noticed 1090 Jake in the comment section. 50 Cent went on his Instagram and said that 1090 Jake would be dropping his video the next day to tell the truth and nothing but the truth on whether Big Meech was a rat or not. If you watch that video, 1090 Jake was glazing goddamn 50 Cent like a motherfucker. And I get it. I understand. Would I do it? Fuck no. Here's a man just like me. I'm going to tell the truth, the whole truth. So nothing but the truth. I'm going to protect my brand if I'm 1090 Jake. I'm not finna lie for no money or for 50 Cent. Because when you do shit like that, the truth come out, you look crazy. Just like Academic looked crazy when he was glazing Drake and ride for Drake, and then it came out. See what I'm saying? See how you end up looking? You got to try to stick on the side of right. Now, sometimes our opinion lead us on the side of wrong, and we just wrong. That's cool. But don't be wrong and know you wrong, or be a hired gun knowing you finna go out there and just spew a narrative that you know is not true for money or connections or what, or a situation like that. Now I'm gonna tell you what I pay attention to. 1090 Jake got 1 million subscribers. Yes, that's good. I hope I get to that one day. Shout out to him for that. But if you pay attention to 1090 Jake, he said that the snitching shit done kind of ran its course, and it has. It's kind of done ran its course. He been at 100 and something. He been 1 million and some subscribers for a minute now. He trying to find the next thing to do, right? So I'm not saying, I'm sure he's making a lot of money on his channel, just for the old videos being shown. But if you watch 1090 Jake, he don't drop videos that often no more, and he might don't have to, because I'm sure some of the old videos still being dropped. The point I'm trying to make is I think he's trying to pivot. So I feel like at this point in his career, he's susceptible to being bought. Like, why wouldn't he want to be friends with 50 Cent when he see that his channel may be running its course unless he find a different avenue to go down? Whether maybe he'll try to start interviewing people or something to that effect. But if you pay attention, he's not cranking out that much content no more. And I could see him trying to pivot. So he could have looked at that 50 Cent situation like, and that's another thing. That's y'all gotta pay attention to the chess moves that's being made here. That's why 50 Cent do well, I ain't gonna say that's why he's a narcissist. That's why he do the shit he do. But part of the reason why he behaved that way is because it conditions people who on the outside looking in to kiss his ass when they come in contact with him or possibly can't do business with him. That's why 1090 Jake will hurry up and drunk and do that Big Meech video the day after 50 Cent said that 1090 Jake was gonna drop the video. And 1090 and 50 Cent promoted 1090 Jake's video on his Instagram. So if you're looking at what 1090 Jake is at his career, it's not far-fetched to believe that he's gonna be like, oh shit, I'm finna be down with 50. Let me make sure that I make a video, or let me try to make a video that could excoriate Big Meech so that I could get in the graces of 50 Cent. Now, I'm not saying that happened. I'm not saying that happened. This is all fair use, hypothetically speaking. I'm just trying to explain 1090 Jake's video, and I'm trying to show y'all that circumstantially, if you want to look at some of the ways that he's behaved on some of these expose videos, it looking like he kind of was biased in some of these videos. I'm telling you, that's why I brought up the 100K track deposition. Now let's get to the video that 1090 Jake dropped about Big Meech. He didn't say a motherfucking thing that we didn't already know. And he said in the video himself, is Big Meech a snitch? I'm not sure. And then he said, did he what did he say? I want to make sure I get this right. I want to say he said, did he know? All right, I don't want to say that next comment because I don't want to be wrong. I don't want to say that because I'm not sure. I can't remember. But I know he said that, is Big Meech a snitch? He said he's not sure. So my thing is this. If you're not sure, that means that you didn't see anything in that paperwork that could make you say 100% whether Meech told either. Therefore, that video that he did on Meech, he did not expose Meech as a snitch. But he definitely, if you listen to the video and the tone of the video and some of the words and the statements and the terminology used in the video, you could tell he sure was on 50 side. He used words, what he was saying, 50 Cent is so powerful and all of this type of shit. He was glazing 50. He was glazing them. And I can see why. Would I do it? Fuck no. But because your brand is at stake. You hoping on a wing and a prayer that 50 will fuck with you if you do what a lot of people do when they hang with 50, and that's bow down, kiss the ring, and do what 50 Cent tell you. Well, if you look at 50 Cent Instagram, he done took off the promoting 1090 Jake Big Meech video. He done erased that bitch off his channel, off his Instagram. So did he erase it because 1090 Jake didn't expose Meech to 100% be a rat? Did he use 1090 Jake, and being that 1090 Jake didn't say that Meech was a rat, maybe he tried to disassociate himself with 1090 Jake? I don't know. But the point I'm trying to make is 1090 Jake, and I heard this behind closed doors too. Again, Does that make this fact? No. Does this make this true? No. It's just a rumor. Fair use. It's just a rumor. But I've been heard that 10 out of J could be bought. I heard that. I heard that. And I want to say this, dog. I don't think people really understand, or some people don't really understand what this La Costa Nostra, this thing of ours, this new media, this blogging thing of ours. Bruh, we have made ourselves media. We ain't, a lot of us ain't go to no goddamn journalism school. A lot of us ain't goddamn, go to college for none of this shit. We just picked up a phone, a camera, and a computer, and a microphone, and we got on here and we started saying what's on our mind. Some of us done developed big followings, big platforms, to where we got a lot of people that listen to us. With that comes power. With that comes responsibility. It's a lot of people that's impressionable and believe what we say, especially when some of us pass off what we say or what is an opinion of ours as fact. That is really dangerous. That requires a lot of responsibility. But, we got a lot of people that'll move for a dollar and will say, fuck all of that. And they disregard uh the influence. Or I ain't gonna say disregard. They use the influence that they have for the wrong reasons. They misuse it. You see what I'm saying? And they get to a place to where they can be bought. Look at Academic. Look how Academic was just reacting when it came to how he was riding for Drake. He went so far as to tell the world that LeBron James was going to Canada and cheating on his wife while he was hanging with Drake. Now, whether that was true or not, he still put that out there in the ethos. I'm sure it got back to LeBron. I'm sure it got back to the children. I'm sure it got back to LeBron James' wife. This is what I'm saying. Now, if it was true, cool. But if it wasn't, what you doing, gang? Look what Rat Shit TV was doing to the ATK boys. What you doing, gang? Look what allegedly 10 out of Jake is doing. What you doing, gang? The media is supposed to be unbiased. The media is supposed to be the last system of checks and balances to injustices. That is what the media is supposed to be. That's why we got freedom of the press. Because the press is supposed to call out injustices when they see them, whether it's big companies, government, people, or whatever. The press is supposed to be uncorruptible. Rebels, people who speak against the status quo. This is the revolutionaries. This is the place of the media. The media is the person, is the entity that's supposed to tell you when a multi-billion-dollar company is dropping toxic waste in a lake and it's getting all the residents in that community cancer. The media is supposed to tell you when big business or government is doing shit that's not supposed to be done, and it's done endangered the lives of people or shit like that. The reason why it's an emergence of TikTok, the new media, us, the bloggers, podcasts, and all of that shit is because people have become aware that the new media, that the old media, MSNBC, CNN, Channel 9, Channel 6, West 2 News, all of them, people now become to realize that that shit is tainted. If you look at Fox News, it's going to be overwhelmingly to the right. If you look at MSNBC, it's going to be overwhelmingly to the left. I saw the day that Jeff Bezos owned the Washington Post. He owns the whole newspaper. So you mean to tell me that the Washington Post gonna post something negative about Jeff Bezos or Amazon? No. He the owner. As soon as one of the motherfucking editors put something in that negative about Amazon or Jeff Bezos that can cause his stock prices to fall and him to lose billions of dollars or hundreds of millions of dollars, I bet you that motherfucking editor won't work at the Washington Post no more. So you see what's gonna happen? These news outlets have become being bought by people who control the narrative that's coming out of these news outlets. If you want to hear some pro Donald Trump, turn on Fox News. If you want to hear some anti Donald Trump, turn on MSNBC. You see? But that's not how the news was meant to be. The news was meant to be independent. It was not supposed to be able to be bought. You see what I'm saying? And that's what's happening. That's what gave the emergence of us. That's why people don't really listen to the news no more. They just fired Joy Reid off MSNBC. They say since Trump became president, Joy Reid's ratings on her show dropped 40%. She just lost her job. People would much rather listen to us than the real news. And when I mean us, I mean the new media. That's what they call us, the bloggers, the podcasts, the new media, right? This is how people get their news now. And there's a lot of people out here that's leading people astray, lying, being bought, spinning narratives, running plays, all of that shit. So when the person that listens to news ain't got nobody or ain't got an outlet to go and get factual, correct information, what happens next? When the country don't have no news outlets that's gonna not give them unbiased news, what happens next? Because what we say on these platforms does influence the minds of the people who listening to us. It's very powerful. To the point to where if you ever you ever paid attention to some of these bloggers that done caught in some of these scandals, i.e. Trench's News, when he got caught in the Durk case, in the cooperator shit, right? Did you notice that a lot of his subscribers did not leave him? Even though we knew that he came out as a rat, they didn't leave him. He actually gained more subscribers. These platforms that we developing here on these other platforms, our subscribers, followers, they love us to where it's almost like a cult-like type deal. Once you get a certain amount of subscribers, they're gonna ride with you regardless. Some of them you're gonna tune some of them off, but the majority gonna stick right there and ride with you. Trust me. I done watched this shit happen. Y'all done watched this shit happen. So for 1098 to look like he can be bought or look like he's compromised, it's just doing, and for the bloggers that's being compromised. Because we know that a lot of these celebrities do have control over some of these bloggers. Some of these bloggers, once certain celebrities reach out to them and they, glaze them up and let them know that, hey, I like you, I watch your show, da 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 this, or da 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 that, or hit them up on Instagram. A lot of them at that point do not want to deliver any negative news on said celebrity. And let's be real, some of the celebrities shoot the bloggers money to spin narratives to help them out in the court of public opinion. So you see what's happening? All the news is becoming corrupted now. You gotta have a certain select few of people to go to get unbiased news from nowadays. It's the selections are narrowing for the person who just wanna know what the fuck really going on. Man, hit that like button, y'all. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. The shit getting crazy. Please donate to the channel. The Cash App is at the top of the screen. Shout out to Rich Supreme. Appreciate you, Gabe, for stepping in. Yeah, man. Shout out to Renee Thomas. So, yeah, man, this shit real. She say, if I was Tammy and I held Meech down for 20 years, I have your life rights, so you promised we were going to get married when you released, and you go back to little mama. Hey, I got something 50. I got something to say. I can see that happening. Hey, look, man. Hey, that might be what really did. That might be what happened. You feel what I'm saying? Like I can see that happening. 50 done get. I mean, Meech done gave her that jail talk, and there it is. You see what I'm saying? That might be what happened. For real. They say I'm just waiting. She said I feel like 50 said everything for documenting. That's gonna tell us everything if he sniffs or not. But see, that's the thing though. Shout out to Nate said it. If I don't see it in black and white, how I know it ain't just two people that's mad at me. Just like Renee said, I could see Tammy being upset at me if she held him down, went to visit him, had his life rights, helped him get money while he was in jail, and did a nigga get out of jail to go to his baby mama. I could see her being upset for that. I could see her wanting to hurt his career for that. Then he went over there and took a picture with Rick Ross and did been with Rick Ross. So that's 50 motive for wanting to destroy Meech. So how do we know unless we see it in paperwork? How do we know whether he really did cooperate or are these just two people that's just upset with Meech for whatever reason? You see? So that's what I'm saying. Like, even if the document come out and it's excoriating Meech, I would love if they would put some paperwork in there so I can make a determination once and for all whether Meech really did snitch or whether this is just a smear campaign. Because up until now, we ain't seen nothing black and white that say Meech told. All we know is two people that's upset with him for two different reasons, and they banding together and they on this smear campaign at this point. So that's what I'm saying. But I do agree with Wadey because that's why I just said I don't know whether they're snitch or not. That's why I just said none of us bloggers know what the fuck whether Meech is snitch or not. We don't because we ain't none of us seen it 100%. That's why I'm just the first to come out and say it. Fuck it, I don't know shit. I'm waiting just like Nate said she wait. Renee said, "Do you think 50 going to put all his eggs in a basket? We being bird fed until Tammy Doc, just like the police only give us so much." Could possibly be, Renee. Could possibly. I agree with that statement. Right, she's supposed to be unbiased. Yeah, look, I agree. Hit that like button, y'all. Hit that like button. I agree. I 100% agree. We could be getting. It's a lot of it's a lot of possibilities with this. I'm just trying to make sure that we understand where we really at instead of what us bloggers is saying, or some of us bloggers are saying we are at when it comes to this situation. None of us don't really know. And we all sitting here, just like Nate said, we waiting. We waiting for something to say, that nigga snitch or not. You know what I'm saying? So for the people that's done already, oh yeah, he'll snitch. I'm telling y'all, listen to Marita. We don't know that for a fact. He could be. That nigga could be goddamn Mighty Mouse. You feel me? But we ain't seen it yet. We ain't seen it. Will it come out? Maybe. I tell you this, I want to know. You know what I'm saying? I'm a blogger, I'm nosy. I want to know. I want to know if this nigga a snitch or not. I got to know. 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 I want to know. You know? But as I realize what's going on here and what we actually do know, I just had to backtrack and rewind real quick here and center us. At least the people here that's on my channel that's listening to me talk about this situation. I got to center us and let us and bring us to reality of where the fuck we really at when it comes to this situation. All right. Let's move on. We go into Ralo. I already told y'all I ain't gonna continue to keep saying this. Ralo is I'm a fan of what Ralo do for his community. I'm a fan of what Ralo do for his community, right? If y'all been watching Ralo, he been on this promo tour. This dude is like everywhere on everybody's interview couch, running around with that paperwork, trying to prove his innocence. Listen, man. I feel like Ralo is hurting himself more than he's helping himself. I feel like Ralo feel like he's smarter than everybody else. Bro, let me tell y'all something. Before I became a blogger, I sat and watched for like a year. I watched different bloggers. I was debating on whether to show my face, whether to not show my face, debating on what to blog on, what did I feel like I could most likely, you know, blog on, whether it was gonna be hip hop or just current events or politics or whatever. I was just trying to find what lane I was gonna go down. But one thing I came quickly and I understood this before I even blogged. I do not come on here and think that I'm smarter than y'all. I don't. I do not get on this motherfucker and feel like, oh, I'm smarter than the people out here on the internet that's listening to me. I feel like Ralo think he the smartest person in the room. That's a dangerous spot to be in. To think you the smartest person in the room and then to come to find out you're not. Bruh, the internet is undefeated. I can't beat the internet. I know that. I cannot beat the internet. So what I do is I try my best to be truthful. That's the only way. And sometimes and sometimes that ain't good enough on this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But that's the best route because whatever secrets you got, whatever uh lies you trying to tell or cover up or hide, the internet, shout out to Angie Baby, the internet gonna find them motherfuckers. I promise you they is. I promise you they is. So your best bet is to just be truthful. Bro, you got some people on this bitch that'll find out your social security number, where you go to work, who you live with, how many children you got, what you went to jail for, all of that shit. So your best bet is just to be transparent as much as you can be. Now some things gonna have to be kept private. I get it. Your whole life can't be on the internet. Some of that shit you gonna keep private. But be as transparent as possible, and don't come on here trying to think you can fool the internet, because you can come on here and try to paint a narrative, and the narrative do not be taken the way that you think it's gonna be taken. The internet is a funny place, y'all. You can come out here with and think that the people gonna be behind you for on a certain situation, and the whole people and everybody turn against you. The overwhelming sentiment be against whatever narrative that you was trying to push. I don't see it happen. I seen it happen. I done seen people come out and think that what they were saying was gonna be received a certain kind of way, and the whole internet perceived it a whole different way. And these people was excoriated because of that. I think that's what's happening with Ralo. Ralo is actually adding more attention to his situation than would be if he just shut up and just let it ride. You don't see how they know Atlanta rap dudes around him. I'm talking about on a day-to-day basis. We know when he first got out, a lot of them guys, gave him a couple of dollars, and a lot of them gave him money, was in jail, and this and that, there. But as he's been becoming more and more quote unquote exposed, you don't see Lil Baby with Ralo. You don't see 21 Savage. You don't see none of these guys with Ralo. Why? Is it because these guys trying to distance themselves from him? I don't know. Maybe they busy. I don't know. But the point I'm trying to make is, as Ralo does this promo tour with this paperwork because he's taking this paperwork everywhere. It's making him look more and more and more guilty. Baby J from Big Facts Podcast pretty much ethered his ass up there on that stage, asking him about page 7 and 8 in his paperwork. Now, one of his former fam goon members, Dookie Wild, you know, the one that him and Ralo went back and forth when Ralo first went to jail. Ralo called him a rat. He called Ralo a rat. He doing his own little promo tour, and he actually got paperwork as well. And we all know that it is in Ralo's paperwork where his attorney, Brian Steele, said that, hey, we want this sealed because the information that Mr. Davis has given on multiple prominent people of the community, if it came out that he had gave information on these people, may cause him to be in harm's way. This is in Ralo's paperwork. Whereas Meech, we ain't got no black and white. We got it on Ralo. We got it in Ralo's situation. This is in Ralo's paperwork, 100%. So, I mean, it don't take a rocket science. You can have a 5th grade education and understand what they're saying. It said he told on prominent people in the community. So you can't say that these are made up people, Ralo. These are people that the authorities have confirmed that exist and their status in the community. And they wanted that to be sealed so you wouldn't be found out about. So these people wouldn't know that you had given information on them. This is in your paperwork, Ralo. This is what it says in your paperwork. I like Ralo. I like what Ralo do for his community. And I done told you the reasons why in previous lives. I feel like Ralo is hurting his own cause by continuing to beat this dead horse with a stick that he's not a rat. I even went over this the other night, his interview that had on Math Hoffa, where it said that Ralo started selling weed because his dog food plug had died. He told the police this. So you told on, and you at least told on a dead man, 100%. That's why if you listen to Ralo speak, he'll say, y'all show me somebody that's alive, that I put in jail, or that I testified on, or something like that. He know what he's saying because the guy that he did give, or one of the guys he did get information on, is dead already. He know what he's saying. He using his words strategically. But I got through good accord, word through grapevine, that that's what happened. And then he confirmed it with his interview on Math Hoffa the other day. On any accord, Ralo, it's this shit, it's just too much here. It's too much circumstantial evidence to say that you told. Well, really, it ain't no circumstantial evidence. Your lawyer said that in your paperwork. This is a statement that your lawyer said. Mr. Steele said this in your paperwork, that you gave information on people, prominent people in the community, and that they wanted that part sealed because they feared for your safety. Your lawyer said that. So I don't understand why you keep adding fuel to this fire. You got a bag, you got money, you look like you got motion, you're doing real estate, you're doing good things in your community. Let it go, dog. Because the more you fan these flames, the worse it's gonna be. The longer it's gonna take for people to stop thinking about this. The news cycle spins fast nowadays. There's always some new shit coming on. People's attention spans are short. We would have probably not said we would have forgot about the situation, but we wouldn't have been. It wouldn't have been at the front of our minds as much as you wouldn't have been running around doing podcasts with your paperwork trying to prove your innocence. We would have been talking about goddamn little baby situation. We'd have been talking about little Durk situation. You know what I mean? Diddy or whatever situation going on. But we wouldn't probably been talking about you. You're putting yourself in a light that's detrimental to what you're trying to do. Feel what I'm saying? We're not dumb. We can read, dog. You made Big Facts take down that interview because Baby J cooked your ass. And I want to say this too, Big Bank. If you took that interview down, I'm going to say this, you're wrong regardless. Well, I ain't going to say you're wrong because you can do what you want to do on your platform. I'm going to say this. If you, being that you took that interview down, you, in my opinion, I'm trying to use the word. You ain't understanding what your duty is as the media. Because it ain't no way that you didn't know that Baby J was going to ask Ralo these questions. So it was no way for you, it was no reason for you to take that interview down because whatever the outcome of her asking him them questions was, you already should have been cool with whatever outcome it was. Other than that, you shouldn't, if that's the case, if you was going to take the interview down, then you should have never even let her ask the questions. So the question is whether did Ralo pay you to take it down or whether you take it down because it made Ralo look bad. Regardless of what, you is media. If you don't want to take the interview down, don't ask him those questions. How you going to ask him the questions and interrogate him on whether he a rat or not, but then when the interview come out, well, then when y'all do and it don't look favorable for him, you take it down. You made him look more guilty, if that's possible. And you made yourself look like somebody that can be bought as well. See? Or would be at least biased. You from Atlanta, Ralo from Atlanta, you make yourself look like you biased towards Ralo. Oh man, I'm gonna get my homeboy on here and ask him whether he a rat. And then once it looked like we done painted him as a rat, we gonna take the interview down. What? What? Just don't, if that's your friend and you feels like if he come out looking like a rat and you don't want that you gonna take the interview down, just don't ask the nigga the rat questions then, dog. Just do a soft ass interview and don't ask no hard questions and then let that be that. But no, you get him on the platform, Baby J eat his ass. She like Perry Mason, Matlock, Law and Order, L.A. Law, Johnny Cochran. Goddamn, she flamed his ass up there. And after that, you take the interview down. It would make me believe, and I don't know this for true, but it would make me feel like Ralo put pressure, whether he paid you or whether you did it out of that's the homie. But it looked like Ralo wanted the interview down because it's no way that you didn't know that Baby J was gonna ask them questions. So it made me believe that you was gonna let whatever outcome of the interview, you was gonna let the interview stay up. So why would you take it down after she did a great job of asking the tough questions, the questions that we want to know, questioning him the way that she's supposed to when you're doing investigative journalism. But then you take it down. So it makes me feel like, and I could be wrong, that Ralo got you to take it down. And that looked bad on you as the media. When these people get interviewed, you got to ask them the hard questions. Other than that, what the fuck is you interviewing them for? I'm not going to interview nobody and not be able to ask them the hard questions. Now, I might do it for lose a little finesse, a couple tactics to get them to open up, to be able to ask them the questions, but I'm going to ask them the questions. Other than that, what are we doing the interview for? You know what I'm saying? So make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all donate to the channel. The Cash App is rolling at the bottom of the banner, and it is at the top of the chat. Also hit that like button. Also subscribe to the channel. Put on all notifications, man. Appreciate y'all. But yeah, Renee say I barely know what Ralo be saying. Angie say I like Ralo too, but at this point, Ralo done turned his paperwork into a scroll. We have it with him. He have it with him at everywhere. Know what I'm saying? But he don't want to talk about page 7 and 8, y'all. He want to talk about all the other pages, but he don't want to talk about page 7 and 8. And to say the question to me is why is he so obsessed with his paperwork when he know the truth? And this again is just only my opinion, Angie. You know what I think? And I stated this the other day. I think that it bothers Ralo to be looked at in this light. I think it's eating him up inside to be looked at in this light. I think Ralo know all the good shit that he done did for people. He know that for the most part he a real nigga. You know what I'm saying? He stand on business. You know, he's somebody that's done been in that field. He done had the shootouts. He done had the fights. He done sold the drugs. He done amassed large amounts of money. He done looked out for a lot of people. And I think that in his mind, he just can't fathom all of that being overlooked because of this situation. He is somebody, and I'm gonna tell you something. What I'm saying is, I think that Ralo, this was the worst. This is a death. This is 1,000 deaths to Ralo, right? Really upset with himself because all of this came about because of his actions, right? He really, at the end of the day, is upset with himself, and I think that he's trying to control the narrative or change the narrative because it bothers him for the public to look at him that way when he tried so hard to be looked at a different kind of way, i.e., why he bought the projects and let everybody stay in there for free, why he used to run around giving out hundreds of thousands of dollars, why he bought all the people cars, and why he took care of all these people and look out for all these people and ride for Dolph and do all of this good stuff. Bought some of his community and remodeled some houses and paid for uh, uh, playgrounds and keeping the drugs and the violence away from the children in the community. Like he done did a lot of good stuff for his community, but I think this is the one blemish on his record, the one uh, chink in his armor, and it just is just bothering him, and to the point to where he gotta try to make us look at him the way that he feels like we should look at him. That's what's going on here. It's I ain't gonna say it's guilt, but I feel like he upset with himself because he know what he did. And again, I still like Ralo. I still like shout out to anonymous ones. I still like Ralo because I don't got a dog in the fight. I just be delivering the news. But I think it's clear now if you watch Ralo's behavior and the information that came out and what the paperwork say, I think it's clear that Ralo did some stuff that the code would say that he should not have done. I'm gonna say that. The G code, the street code, whatever you want to call it, I think it's clear that Ralo did some stuff when he was arrested that he shouldn't have done. And I think he know it. And it's obvious that most people feel that way. Now, you don't really got nobody saying that Ralo ain't no rat. You know what I'm saying? Nobody. I defended him early on before I knew what the paperwork said. But it's not nobody that's saying that Ralo ain't no rat. It ain't nobody saying Ralo ain't no rat. He's a rat. That's what the narrative is. We read the paperwork. His situation is much different from Meech's own. So when he running around trying to, and that's another thing I don't like either. Bro, you around this motherfucker saying y'all, y'all, y'all treated me this way, but what? But y'all ain't doing Meech like that. What? Bro, come on, man. That's almost like snitching too. That's almost like saying, Big Meech a rat, why y'all ain't treating him like that? Why y'all Big Meech a rat, why y'all ain't treating him like y'all treated me? That's almost like snitching too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was just saying, dog, like, Ralo, you got a lot of good things going on. Don't die on this hill. This ain't the hill to die on, my nigga. The narrative already been put out there. I don't think it's nothing you could do that's gonna change people's overwhelming opinion. The people that love you gonna love you, gang. The people that ain't. Fuck it. Just focus on the people that love you, my nigga. You got a lot of things, positive things going on that a lot of people don't have going on. I feel like you obsessed, just like Angie say. I feel like you obsessed with this situation, and I feel like you should just let it go. It's almost like the Drake shit with the Kendrick shit. Drake promoted They Not Like Us way more than UMG, Kendrick, or the public. Because you kept giving it gas. You kept by the lawsuit and all of that. You kept it in the front of our mind. Same thing with Ralo. Bro, you know how many snitches out there? Chance Gangster Williams, God damn it, he don't give a fuck. He out this bitch doing his shit, doing his podcast. He don't give a fuck what a bitch say. Lil Woody around this motherfucker taking pictures with the attorney and the court stenographer. And I'm sure he got more money than he ever had. He living it up. He don't give a fuck. This might just be your reality. This your burden to bear because evidently your actions brought forth this reality. Live with it. You should have understood that when you was in there saying whatever you were saying. This was possible. This was a possible outcome. So you should have came to grips with that before you said what you said. Like, damn, man, I can't say that shit because people gonna find out. Then I'm gonna have to deal with this type of stigma or dirt on my name when I get out. See what I'm saying? To be real with y'all, Ralo, I don't think Ralo. Well, I don't know. I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say that. But that's what he should have did. Think about it. When you can't want to tell on somebody to get out and then get mad when you get out because people find out that you told us about it and now they calling you a rat. If you're gonna tell on somebody, you need to take whatever come with it when you get out. That's one thing I'll say about 6ix9ine. 6ix9ine ratted, but 6ix9ine stood on that shit. He stood on that shit. For whatever reasons why he say he did what he did, he still stood on it though. He didn't run from it. And he exposed some other people that be picking and choosing. Because people do pick and choose. Just get with the people that fuck with you, Ralo, and continue to mob on, dog. And don't speak on that shit. Know what I'm saying? Because the more you speak on it, the more it's gonna give it fuel. But I'm gonna go end this live. I think that was pretty good. I think that was a pretty good live right there. That was 2 hours and 45 minutes. Shout out the anonymous ones. Shout out to Angie, baby. Shout out to Renee Thomas. Shout out to my girl Tanel Bourne. Shout out to Show Liz Ugly. Shout out to Nate Setting. Shout out to my guy Audio Crack 22 for pulling in. I ain't seen my brother in a long time, so I was glad to see that he was still here with us and still supporting and still coming through, man, and still in good spirits, good grace, and good health. Shout out to my man Rich Supreme, TV. Salute to you, gang. Shout out to Flyboy Michael Foe. Shout out to Nephew for Real. Shout out to Silk Foster Jr. Shout out to Eddie. Shout out to Deputy Eula. Shout out to Anonymous One. Shout out to Trigger Man telling goddamn me it's gonna be all right, ho. Make sure you go subscribe to the channel. Shout out to Marathon Kill. Make sure you go subscribe to his channel. Shout out to Silk Foster Jr. Make sure you go subscribe to his YouTube channel and his Instagram. Make sure you follow me on Instagram as well. Marita Boy 1, Meritaboy with the number 1 on the end. That's all you need to follow me on Instagram. And also, man, I keep telling y'all, I ain't got no responses. I'm gonna advertise this probably until my birthday, and I'm gonna start advertising. I ain't got nobody say they want to run the channel for a live. I ain't got no. I offered for y'all to run the channel for 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 a live. So if you want to run the channel, just let me know, and I give you the platform, and you can run it. 6,000, 6,100 people here. You know what I'm saying? These are people that you could get to follow you on whatever you got going on. Or if you want to blog, you can use this to get your feet wet, to get a little practice. I'm just trying to find a way to give back to those who've given me so much. And it's for free. Y'all ain't got to pay me for it. You feel me? So if you want to run the channel for a live, please hit me on Instagram and let me know. And we'll see if we can schedule a day where you can run the channel for a live. Now, I would say I'm giving my moderators or the people that's been rocking with us a long time, you ain't got to have no wrench, but if I know you've been rocking with us for a while, I'm giving you the consideration over, this really ain't going to be nothing I'm really going to be trying to give somebody who just popped up. This is something that I want to give to people that's been supporting, been rocking with us here for a while, and y'all know who y'all is. But if you feel like it's something that you might want to do, hit me on my DMs and Instagram, and we'll try to set something up for y'all. Shout out to the Chicks 1000, aka the Chick 1K. Shout out to my guy Dre 6100. Damn, Dre said drop the link. I ain't even noticed that, Dre. That was an hour ago. My bad, Dre. I was running my mouth. Sometimes I be talking with my eyes closed. My bad. But again, y'all know your boy demonetized, so do me a favor. Please donate to the channel. The Cash App is running across the bottom of the banner right here, right now, and it's pinned at the top of the chat. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you share the video. And my birthday is Monday. I don't know if I'm going live on my birthday, y'all. I'm not gonna sit here and tell y'all I am. Maybe I'll try to go live Sunday night. Maybe we'll do something Sunday night. I'm not sure. It just depends on a lot. I don't even know if I'm gonna celebrate my birthday at all, or I don't know what's going on. To be real with you, I be personally, you know what I'm saying. So I'm just telling y'all my birthday Monday. We'll see how it goes. I'm not making no promises and nothing like that. Shout out to 985J as well. Shout out to Malcolm Barnett. Shout out to Raw Nature, my guy from Estonia. But I like this live. I think this was a good live, man. Janelle said you definitely have to go live either Sunday or Monday. Okay, we'll see. Probably Sunday then. I don't know. It just depends. I'll probably Sunday. But like, share, comment to this video. Chill.